Darcy Charwa has a chance right now. He scores! The senior wins it. Darcy Charwa beats Robert Schultz, and ASU makes it 29 in a row over their rivals.
Hello and welcome to the pregame show. I'm Wlliston coming alongside Josh Franz and Brett Decker. Okay guys, so Arizona State will be taking on Wlliston State tonight for the second game of the series. What were your biggest takeaways from last night's game?
Well, last night you had to notice is the dislike toward hatred that these two teams have for each other. Of course, whenever two hockey teams go against each other, it's not going to be a pleasant situation, but these two teams took it over the top, a couple of fights, a couple of ejections, a lot of penalties, and I expect it all to be carried forward into today's game.
Right, we saw a physical affair last night like most hockey games are, but it was definitely heightened. Some teams that had some bad blood through that game, surprising with two teams that usually don't face each other that often. Like Josh said, I expect some of it to play over tonight, but exactly, I do think they'll collect themselves for a more focused approach.
Right, note that the suspensions will carry over until the next ACHA game. So whoever was ejected yesterday would normally not see the ice tonight. They will, so the bad blood will still be there.
And now guys, one important thing to take note of is both teams did not do the handshake at the end of last game. That's not something you see very often, so they were very, a lot of animosity between the two, but do you think that's going to carry over into tonight's matchup?
Absolutely, I expect it to be another physical battle. I think whoever's able to execute more is going to be able to win, but it's not going to be easy with everybody hitting each other all the time.
Right, I mean, you know, the handshake is a staple in hockey culture, and if you miss that, that's a big deal. And I think two teams like that means, you know, even U of A and Arizona State, they handshake. Two teams that dislike each other at the end of a playoff series, you handshake. But last night, a regular season game, these teams choose to just ignore each other. That's a big deal, and I do think it'll carry over that there was something personal there last night.
It's just the ultimate lack of respect for each other.
And Arizona and Arizona State, huge rivals, may even shake hands. Definitely does say a lot, Brett. But going into tonight's game, what do you think each team needs to do?
Well, as long as Arizona State is able to execute the same way they did last night, crisp passing, smart defending, and take shots when they're there, they've got a goalie in net who can be phenomenal on any given night, no matter which one of the three they put in there. But as long as they do what they're supposed to do, they should come out with a win again.
Right, you just nailed it on the head, Arizona State. For them, it's about what they do every game. What they're talented at is that crisp passing. It's almost cliche at this point, but they pass so well. They work out so well in the offensive zone, move the puck around, and when they have their shots, they take them. They've been lacking scoring a little bit lately, but they were able to get 4 in the net last night, maybe a couple more tonight. For Wlliston, they've got to hang in there. Clog the slot. Keep Arizona State from getting that shots. Frustrate them like many teams so far this year have done. And if they get their chances, cause some turnovers, and take advantage of the opportunities they have, they might stand a chance here tonight.
Right, Wlliston State should do what we saw Colorado do last weekend or whenever they were here, and just clog the middle, force the Sun Devils to play from the outside and hope that they don't make a long-range shot.
You know, Wlliston State did beat Minot State. I firmly believe that if they watch Arizona State's power play, you know, that was the main thing. I think that they're skilled enough to beat Arizona State, but again, they have to watch that power play. It is so crucial to Arizona State. But getting right to it, what are your predictions for tonight?
I think it's going to be a closer game than we saw last night because I don't think Arizona State will get as many power play opportunities like you mentioned. Maybe 3-2, 4-2 that the Sun Devils take this one.
I think it's been a while since the Sun Devils have really broken out and since we've seen a game of their full potential, and I think tonight's the night. This could be a big win for them. This has been a great weekend for them so far. I expect a pretty lopsided victory here tonight for the Sun Devils.
All right, well, the puck's getting ready to drop here in about 2-3 minutes, so be sure that you stay tuned. For Brett Decker and Josh Franz, I'm Wlliston Cummings. Stay tuned.
The past is the past, you know? It's a new day, bro. My day. You gotta do it now.
Power play goal, and who else? The captain. 3 seconds almost here. Colin Heckel is going to get a shorthanded chance of his own. Captain Canada steps in. He scores! Colin Heckel with another shorthanded goal this season. Colin Heckel bursts into the zone. Touch all the way, center scores! Colin Heckle-esque. Ball turnover, Delinsky has some room, he scores! Delinsky going top shelf. Scores! Jordan Young just like that. The cannon. Pass, McAuliffe had the rush. Now gives it back to Delinsky. McAuliffe, the shot, he scores! Danny McAuliffe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Oceanside Ice Arena. The Sun Devils looking to go 19-0 this season. What's at stake? Their best start in program history. Nick Merrick alongside Allison Cummings tonight. Wlliston State Tetons are back for Game 2 of tonight's contest in a very physical affair last night. 98 penalty minutes when it was all said and done. Over 80 coming in the third and final period. A couple of disqualifications, however. McGinty is back tonight because he has to serve a suspension against an ACHA opponent. That means November 25th against Iowa State. He's going to be missing in action. So, Allie, after last night's affair, what are your expectations coming into tonight, and how are the Sun Devils going to be able to handle the physical play of Wlliston State?
You know, I hate to say it there, Nick, but I am expecting a lot of physicality here tonight. I feel as though Wlliston State got a little bit frustrated with Arizona State's play last night, and it showed. Should they have? I don't think so. They beat Minot State. I think it's possible for them to beat Arizona State, stay away from the penalties, but I don't think that'll be the case. And for Arizona State, I think it would be beneficial for them to not bite into the chippiness and play the way they play, but hey, based off of last night, 98 minutes, maybe it'll get to 100 tonight, so we'll see.
Well, a couple of nights ago, Austin mentioned, Coach Power said the hardest thing to do is refocus his team after a big program victory, that being over once number 1 Minot State. Allison, you kind of mentioned that, 2-1 the score Thursday night. Last night, 4-0, Joe D'Elia with his second straight shutout. Robert Levin in net tonight for Arizona State. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. A couple more stats to focus on later, but a big game tonight for this entire Arizona State program, looking to remain undefeated, and we'll give you some scores around the ACHA. But first, we're going to pause for our national anthem. Just about set for the opening face-off here in Oceanside. Going to be an entertaining one. Some stats, Island, that I wanted to mention. How about this for some reaction? last night. Arizona beat Minot State down in Tucson. 3-2 is the final down south. So Minot State now dropping 3 in a row. They're going to fall with 3 losses now on the season, all consecutive losses, as they'll have round 2 tonight while this game is going on here in Tempe. Also, Colorado beating Colorado State, so another upset in the top 25 of the WCHL. That pretty much puts Oklahoma and Arizona State at the top. Central Oklahoma and U of A right behind those. So very interesting how things are shaping up. And the opening faceoff is won by Wlliston State. That was Milliken as at the neutral zone. Cole's going to push it in. Burkemper lays a hit on him. Allie, we'll see how the physical play shapes out early in this one. Rivard from the side, getting tripped up was Behrens. Takes it from that side. Now it's center. That one's shot on, but blocked by Blumgren. Out for Rivard. He gets a breakaway chance. The freshman hooked from behind. We'll see if this one's going to be a penalty shot as they're going to give it to him. Rivard enough an angle. The first penalty shot of the season for Arizona State, going to the freshman in his second official weekend.
And there you said it, Nick. Will the physicality carry on? I think this is the answer here right about now. Right away you saw physicality, and I don't think that might be the smart decision for Wlliston State, but we'll see if Rivard can pull it through right now.
Rivard has a knack for scoring in the NAHL, was top 3 on his team in points. It's going to be him and Amp, and he makes a move to the side. He's stuffed by Amp. Kept that one low, couldn't find the corner. Great save by the sophomore from Hermantown, Minnesota. This one remains scoreless. ASU with an opportunity in the first 30 seconds off that turnover. Rivard didn't get fancy enough, believe it or not, as this one's 0-0.
Still early on in the game, but that was definitely crucial for Wlliston State. They do not want to lose momentum this early in the game.
The call was a hooking penalty on Wlliston State.
So the hooking call turned to a penalty shot, failed by ASU. Murphy gives it Rivard. That one stripped away by Wlliston State. Good job of trying to hold it in by Sun Devil forward Burkemper. Now taking away 2-on-1 chance the other way. Turcotte a centering feed, flattened by Murphy.
Sean Murphy with the flat. You see him at person, such a short, nice little guy, but he can really lay some guys out. We saw that last night too.
Jared Stark, the man, getting the brunt of that one. That's going to hurt, but Stark having a couple of good hits last night of his own. Turcotte and Sonstabo both get a man pinned. That was Rivard. Now out of the zone. Spoonmore with the backhand. Here comes the Tetons. A shot from Levin. That one goes off his stick. Levos will send it around. Spoonmore in that corner. He's battling with Norris. McAuliffe wants it. Doesn't get it. Levos with a late poke. That one goes right to Norris. He gets caught up in his skates and out towards neutral zone. That one's intercepted and thrown behind Levin. Dario Torres in the corner with Levos. His teammate Spoonmore there to help as well. Tripped from Delinsky off the play on Tomsic. That one wasn't called. Play behind the net of ASU as post comes off. So we'll get a whistle from the head referee. 18-11.
And already a faster start to this game than last, and as you can see, both teams definitely carry the animosity across. They're both really anxious for a goal right now. You can see it in everyone out there. Liking this music choice there, Nick.
Make sure everything's set. Turns out for an offensive draw for Wlliston State. They lose it to Liam Norris. ASU throwing their top line out right now. Spoonmore takes a hack. Near side it goes. Delinsky and Wichar will chase it down. Norris gets it out. Good pass over to Preckle. Him and McAuliffe will be first in the zone as he crosses the blue line. That one's sent right back by Tomsic. Losing an edge is Levos. He's going to have to go back on his horse and catch up. Delinsky, great pursuit as a pass goes through two Tetons. As it was Wolf and Sonstabo. Take number 2, a wrist shot. Levin, a rebound at the red line. That one just goes across the crease. And missing it was Gutierrez. It was sitting there for a while. Levin couldn't play that one cleanly. As Arizona State fans can sigh.
That would have been a little bit to the left and probably would have went in. I think Levin lost track of it there for a second.
Levin losing that post too. Gutierrez's shot right in the chest of Levin. Picked a corner, would have been a little more interesting. Levin, nice job rebound control there. So again, Wlliston State, second straight night. Getting shots on early on Arizona State, unofficially 3-0 as a shot on goal and the penalty shot. Not really an official shot on goal.
Looks like Brian McGinty is going to take the face off. It'll be interesting seeing him in here today, Nick, if he'll get physical again in game number 2.
I wonder what Coach Powers said to McGinty and Kuntz as those two come back for tonight's game. Shot coming from Barons. That one never got through. Working for it was Cole. This is a Wlliston State team that hates to lose, even though they are 3-3 on the season. Record not showing how good this team can be. And don't take them lightly just because they aren't ACHA and don't have 4 letters. They have 5 letters instead, NJCAA. As Richie gathers the puck from Hoban. Now will skate it out from his own end. Pass over to Chris Blessing. He's going to take the spot of Fez Khan tonight on that second line as he runs his man down to the ice. Picked up by McGinty. Cycles around the Oster tag. Hoban wants it. Goes to the slot. McGinty had to kick it to himself as Wlliston State able to clear Jarrett Stark with the last touch.
He was getting really close there. Kind of lost his footing a little bit. Could have been a breakaway.
Blessing couldn't hold position. Troy Scott, a couple of moves. He gets knocked down to the ice. Could have been a bigger hit, but I think pulled up a little bit was Trevor Hunt.
Corey Chisholm's out there on the lineup today. He currently has about 3 goals on the Sun Devil team so far. Getting some ice time out there.
Not surprising to see him out there with Troy Scott either. Those two play very well together as that's going to be a delayed icing call. Chisholm got lit up at the blue line by Turcotte. This one will go back in the Sun Devils' defensive end. So they'll have to stay out there, but a good change for Wlliston State throwing their top line back out with Torres.
Corey Chisholm and Troy Scott were on the line together last year, right, Nick?
That they wore a lot of penalty kill experience as well, so just a big, he likes to Powers use the words mucker for Rivard. You can almost use it for both Scott and Chisholm, the way they play. Very scrappy, both number 1 and 2 last year, are the team's scrappiest award winner.
Absolutely, and Michael Cummings' big body up in there can be really good, beneficial for both of those players.
Blumgren's shot was deflected off Spoonmore, back to neutral zone for Newmeyer. Cummings couldn't control, but that's going to be offsides, I believe, with Torres. So the face-off will come back out from the zone. 4 minutes, 30 seconds passed in this game. Still scoreless. ASU with the best opportunity on the penalty shot. But all the offense has seemingly gone towards Wlliston State. They get off to quick, hot starts. The Sun Devils seem to turn on to a different gear in the second period after they got that first goal. So Allie mentioned it, that whoever gets towards first could be a big one. Levin gives up a rebound. Yikes.
Absolutely.
Torres missing it, though, as well as it's poked in front. Torres will chase down Burkemper with it as we get a whistle. That net having all sorts of problems. We'll see if the referee's actually going to handle this one. But Levin not looking like himself in net as he comes into this game 8-0, .92 goals against average, 0.92 that is, and a 96 save percentage, one of the top 2 in the ACHA in every statistic category for goaltenders.
Levin, and if you were ever questioning his goaltending ability, just go back and watch that game against Minot State. You will get proved completely right. Levin stood on his head against.
One by Wlliston State, another possible icing. Rivard actually beat it out. The goaltender and Amp had to come out and play it. Burkemper's going to dump it along. Whistle, though, I think another offsides, as it was Rivard caught deep. Gutierrez and Norris on the draw. Both going aggressive. Norris wins it back through his legs to the defense. Levas and Prekel on the ice right now. A couple of changes as well. No Kahn, no Heckle, no Jancy, no Cooney's the extra tonight.
Norris got a goal of his own last night, again proving that line works really well together. Kale and Liam are getting really close the whole night, and Liam pulled it off there through the end of the game.
They got the 4th and final goal of the night. Putting back towards center was Maul. A shot on Levin as he jumps out of the net to play it.
You can kind of see Colin Heckle back there standing up. He's standing on like a crate or something. He's towering over all the other players there in the corner. Kind of funny. He doesn't need the extra height there at all. Genty's taking the face off here again. Looks like it'll be against Milliken.
Both aggressive. McGinty got the piece of it, but it went right to Nick Zern at the blue line. ASU on the rush. Ostertag puts on the brakes, comes in with Blessing, now waits for his defense to cross as well. Trying to set the offense up. Good job. You see 3 Tetons on that far side. The head referee gets the assist to help them out as the black and green go from left to right. The screener shot goes up high. Levin, he dives. That one saved just outside the crease as they lost it. Levin never had it. I don't think the net's off again. I think the referee just thought Levin froze that one, so gets a generous whistle, but yikes. Wlliston State almost like a swarm of bees in the offensive zone right now.
And if Sunstebo would have been crashing in a little bit sooner, he probably would have buried that in the back of the net, right there centered, right for his stick.
Unofficially 7 shots for Wlliston State on the freshman goaltender. That one was blocked by Hoban before it could reach the net. Chisholm takes it near side, tries to get an outlet pass as he flattens Darius Cole. Hoban goes over to the corner with Milliken. That one hobbles over a pair of sticks and back to Josh Rolfe. Sophomore defenseman, Aurora, Colorado with it. Tipped ahead by Stark. He'll chase it down with Hoban. Won by Arizona State. Ritchie, his pass gets knocked down. Here's an opportunity for Wlliston State. A shot on Levin. They get the rebound back as he's coughed up a couple of second chances already tonight. Played off the backboards. This one's going to be battled and won by Hunt, but quickly to Stark. Couldn't handle the hot pass, and out comes Ritchie. Sun Devils need some momentum going their way before Wlliston State ends up finding the first goal of this game. ASU not used to being down. I think only the few times that happened was against Oklahoma on the road. Can't recall the last time that's happened. Levin on his back as the defense helping him out. Newmeyer there.
He's coming to squish a guy too. I mean, you could even argue the missed penalty shot gave Wlliston State a ton of momentum. They're being incredibly explosive right now. Sure, they were feeling fired up.
Definitely tilted ice. Don't want to say ASU's rattled, but they aren't coming out as strong as the team from North Dakota. Centering feed intended for Sean Murphy. He's going to try to grab it back. Unable to do that. Now Rivard goes off underneath his stick. Back for Blumgren. Throws one low. Good block in front by defenseman Kuntz. This one in front of the benches for Spoonmore. Losing an edge was Burkemper. Blumgren chases it down with Spoonmore. That one in front. It was right there. Point blank. Levin got beat by Torres, the man leading their team in points with 8 through 6 games. Couldn't get the shot off. Murphy's blocked in front. He gets his own rebound, has a wraparound chance. Rivard's there as he leaves it. It goes off his skates. That was a couple of good chances by either side. Neither team getting a shot off. Coming in onside, a saucer pass. Trying to find the backhanded blame of Tomsic as he'll push it back side of the face-off circle into the zone. Comes Cavan as Burkemper will flip this one out. And much needed change for the Maroon and Gold.
And Wlliston State really has had a lot of opportunities so far to score, just losing their footing or being a tad bit late getting there to the puck, giving Levin too much time to set up.
Levin hasn't seen this much pressure all season.
And then the first couple minutes, too, about that. Even Minot State.
Not even 9 minutes gone. I think Minot State had about 30-ish shots on goal. Right now, Wlliston State's on pace for over 60. But you know Sun Devils are going to change that quickly. Is he just going to put the mitt down on it with Rivard in front? There's a shot of Levos, a physical defenseman having to help out. Robert Levin getting his work done early as him and Preckle, the defensive pairing, playing the body well and trying to keep out that physical edge of Wlliston State.
And Jared Levos is huge in the assist department, too, for Arizona State. 11 assists on the season. He has about 12 points right now. Huge as a defenseman.
From Chandler, Arizona, too, one of the few natives of AZ.
I was talking to his mom before the game started. She was telling me he came here because Jordan Young was telling him about it. He went to high school in Vermont, so wasn't exactly recruited by Arizona State. She's very excited that he's here, and he really likes it, but looks like there'll be another penalty. It'll be on Brett Preckle. We'll see what that one's for.
2 minutes for slashing was the call, coming just after the 11-minute mark of the first. Preckle, well, before last night, he was leading the team in penalty minutes, but after a couple of 10-minute misconducts, I'll double check on that one. But had his fair share of time standing up for the team in the penalty box. That one not a penalty would want. Usually he's more of an enforcer, at least can be, and protecting his teammate. But now the ASU's going on the penalty kill. They were perfect last night in a shutout performance. I believe it was 6 for 6 in the power play for Wlliston State.
And again, this is a huge opportunity for them. They've been coming out strong so far. If they keep this pace up well on the power play, it's highly possible they can score.
Witchart fluttered one on. That was deflected from Barons. Good opportunity there. Levin, getting his workout in net. 10-minute mark approaching.
He's going to try to earn that hard hat back he had it after Minot State. He's doing some work here tonight, Nick.
That's why Scott and Chisholm back out on the ice together. On the PK, their specialty with Hoban and Ritchie joining them, sent out by Chisholm. He's going to chase this one down too.
Hoban and Ritchie, the hair duo, the hair defenseman duo.
Hoban sends it right back where it came from. Defense will change. Levos, Burkemper, Newmeyer on the ice.
Troy Scott's heading back now. Good to see Kale out there.
Torres, Hunt, Paratalo, and Zern also on the ice for Wlliston State. That one in front for Levin. Levos gets ran through, just lowering the shoulders, almost like a fullback on that one going towards center, but we'll get the whistle with 43 seconds to go and the Preckle penalty.
Definitely some dedication from Levos, but how about Drew Newmeyer getting his first goal last night against Wlliston State? You saw his celebration. He was excited. Power play goal for Newmeyer last night. Levos will take it now, wrap it around the backboard.
Taken by the Tetons. That one Paratalo deep with his forwards. Hunt with it now. Newmeyer the man in front of him. Now Levos going to slide over as he comes from left to right in your screen. Pass from Kuntz, gets it right back though, holds the zone for Torres. Newmeyer's going to touch up, now going to just try to keep it against the boards and see if he gets some help. Dolinsky steps in, now they clear it. The Sun Devils will get at least 2 fresh bodies out. Amp comes out way from his net to play this one. Torres at center ice, pressure from Chisholm. Paratalo tries to center up, Scott can't get there in time, but they kill the penalty as Preckle comes out from the box. Wound up by Hunt, a big block in front by Levos. Good physical play there. That's what he's going to need to do as Preckle rejoins him.
And Levos is really, really good about blocking the puck with his body. You'll see it all throughout the season. He really gives his all and will lay out completely across the ice to block that puck.
Newmeyer up ice pass to Chisholm. That one deflected. Paratalo and Chisholm into the boards. Cummings wants to join them. This one quickly escapes, though, through Tyler Cavan. Cummings, good hit. He loses an edge in the process. Puck just in front of Coach Powers on the bench. And now a late hit there. That's going to be a charging call. Oh, referee loses an edge, too. Gets some snow on him. We'll see who's going to go for the charging.
Cummings really wanted a part of Al Mall there, getting a little bit physical. Now there's some pushing going on. Looks like that's going to be between, Al Mall and Michael Cummings there. Physicality starting, but it'll be a call on Cummings. It's kind of fun saying my own last name. We're not related, by the way, but I'll call him my brother. Why not?
Minot leading UA down in Tucson 1-0. Still fairly early, about halfway through the first. Hoban takes it. He gets flattened on a hit from Darius Cole. Another power play opportunity for Wlliston State. Deflection, that one missed. As it got just a piece of the stick of Milliken and back behind the net. Poor judgment by Sean Ritchie that time on the clearing. Never want to clear up through center. Went right to the defense. Almost acted as a one-timer pass. At Fanning on a shot. Sean Murphy will grab that one as he thanks the turnover down towards Amp.
And again, Wlliston State, if they could have had a little bit more movement on that puck, it probably would have went in. I'm not entirely sure Levin saw the puck with all the defensemen. Pushed aside from Milliken. Wlliston State into the zone, though. Zern
tries to center up, throws it off the boards as it's gathered by Tomsick, leaves it for Stark. Centering feed, nobody was home there as it's flipped out by Murphy. Still under a minute to go in the power play. Levin gets the paddle down on it. There's double-digit shot totals now for Wlliston State.
You could take a minute to talk about the special teams of Arizona State. Coach Powers said in practice it's all about the swagger all on special teams and believing that you can, and Arizona State has it.
Another shot from Hunt right into center. Pop loose. Sun Devils defense, so I should say Burkemper that time, but Levos kind of helped him out as he takes the hit there. Wlliston State relentless. They aren't stopping. That one goes off the high blocker of Levin over to the far side for Tomsick. He's going to want to cycle around the zone. Still 20 seconds to go. Couple of shots on this power play shift. Turnover by Burkemper. A kick save. One through traffic by Levin. As you see, he's kind of slow to jump on that one. Maybe getting a bit frustrated. The ASU can't turn this into any offense. Their time on attack, usually their specialty tonight. Bit slow as the 6-minute mark approaching. Wlliston State absolutely owning.
And I'd love to hear what's going on in Robert Levin's mind right now. I bet it's absolute complete chaos getting a workout back there already. Sent up through the neutral zone now.
I believe ASU just has one shot on goal thanks to Rivard. So they haven't gotten a shot off in over 13 minutes now.
I want to say Blomgren had a shot, but I'm not sure it was officially counted. Other than that, I'm not sure.
Has it inside his own red line, out through Dolinsky. At least tried to poke it that way. Goes off the stick of Levin and into the net. You see it's caught right below the scoreboard.
If I had $1 for every time a puck got stuck back there, wonder how much money I'd have.
Seemingly gets there a lot.
Yeah. Newmeyer likes to play with it. A couple of weeks ago, he was on the practice. He was out there in a suit, and he stood up there and knocked it off. I remember that. That was fun. I thought he was going to fall over.
It's like a fly caught in a spider web right now. That one chipped in the air. Got a piece of the netting up in the rafters. So on the deflection, it'll still be an offensive face-off. Glove side of Levin. See, neither side decides to change.
Getting ready for the face-off again. Liam Norris will be taking it right now. This line the top in the ACHA.
McAuliffe trying to flips it out, avoids the hit. Wlliston State touches back up on sides, taken by Newmeyer. Freshman and a sophomore defenseman out for ASU right now. McAuliffe was going to cut back towards center. Big pass up ice to Dolinsky as he'll chase it down. Has it on his stick, a wraparound opportunity, looks for some help. Gets it with Newmeyer, wrist shot unblocked. As it goes back to the neutral zone, battled with Cavan.
Well, ASU almost got a shot off right there. Drew Newmeyer looking for his second goal of the season.
We'll try it again. Sun Devils offense not working, so you see they have to try to get crafty in those last two chances. Home run passes to Dolinsky, who's waiting at the blue line. The slashing call coming. I think this one's going to go against Josh Rolfe. So now the first power play opportunity for ASU, and this is a big one, but they need to get some offense going badly.
Absolutely, Nick. And they said the power play is very crucial for Arizona State. They've been doing outstanding with it last night. They buried the momentum of Wlliston State with it, so we can see they do it here again. Ryan Ostertag with that backdoor goal. He was left wide open on the far side. You can see Ostertag out there again. Let's see if he can pull through.
Kemper's seen a little better tonight. Still physical, but nothing crazy or dirty after we saw the 80 minutes of penalties last night in the final 20. Ostertag gives it to his line mate Murphy. Ostertag taking the spot of Colin Heckel. And this shot, actually, technically everybody shifted around. McGinty through Norris. That one deflected out of the zone as Ostertag will retreat. 30 seconds gone in the man advantage. ASU 2 power play goals. Also, their first 2 goals of the game came last night in the first and second. Ali mentioned the Newmeyer one in his first official as a Sun Devil. Ostertag switches places with Murphy. That one not out of the zone, though. Kept in by Ostertag, the freshman, over to Preckle. Gets the feed back. A wrist shot, that one blocked. But sitting there at the red line, Norris for the wraparound chance to McGinty, unable to get the shot off. That one caught. Murphy scores!
There you have it, Nick. There were 2 opportunities, and Murphy buries it right in the back of the net. I don't think the defense They're too busy looking at McGinty and Ostertag there. Sean Murphy right in the center, puts it right in the back of the net. This could be the momentum shift that ASU needs now to pick up the pace.
Well, ASU needed a goal or some offense of any kind. All it needed was one mental mistake of a slashing call against Wolf. Murphy, great job there. That's going to be his 10th goal of the season. So Norris and Preckle, the two of the assists. Now Murphy with 3 points in the last 2 games. He had a goal and assist last night. And Liam Norris now with a goal and an assist on this series.
And again, let's talk about the power play unit. Coach Powers says his players are pretty much licking their chops every time they have a power play because it's that swagger. They know. They're just waiting for it to happen.
21 points for Murphy. A quick wrist shot coming from Tomczyk. That one wide of the net, though, as Preckle will gather it. That goal coming with just under 4-minute mark of the first. Murphy out through Burkemper. Takes the body well. He was hit on by Kuntz, but holds his positioning.
Murphy flattening a couple guys here tonight.
Levos and Newmeyer back at the blue line, up for Rivard. That one deflected over for Burkemper. He's knocked off by Spoonmore. Here comes Wlliston State, a shot on Levin as he jumps on his own rebound that he gave up. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the first 20.
And again, Wlliston State getting a little bit close, a little bit missed opportunities. If they would have had a couple players up there, I'm pretty sure that would have been a rebound goal.
Torres on the draw with McGinty. Ostertag late to come out.
Ryan Ostertag told me this week his grandfather played in the NHL. How cool is that? Ryan Ostertag put on skates pretty much as soon as he could walk. He's a Montreal fan.
Not surprising as a shot saved by Levin, as he does come, obviously being a Canadian recruit from Saskatchewan. Lots of hockey bloodlines too, typically throughout. A lot of ACHA players actually, whether they make it to the NHL or not. A lot of prestigious.
Ostertag actually played with a lot of guys on Minot State. He said he knew a couple of them, played in the SJHL.
This one back out for Sonstabo, kept in by Torres. He missed that top right corner of the goal. Newmeyer knocks Spoonmore off the puck, and a whistle coming. And again, another net issue. It's always seemed to be that right post that slips out.
If we had $1 for every time the net came off of its socket. There was that one game, was it Dalia, who was all the way inside the net? One of the games?
Yeah, even last night, too, got caught in there on the left side of the ice. Kept in by Behrens. Ooh, sets up with a slap shot, falls down in the process. That'll be a not top 10 play.
Loses his footing a little bit there. A couple of players had taken a dip earlier today as well. I don't know if it's the ice or just people falling.
Good to see Murphy find some offense this weekend.
Absolutely.
A time when his team needs him to. No heckles. He started the year off with the captain.
The newcomers certainly seem to step up when they need to, going back to that shorthanded win against Delaware. Whenever they know they're in a position to step up, they have so far.
4 of the 5 goals this series have come from freshmen. McAuliffe, Delinsky, exchange passes. McAuliffe loses the battle, though. Good job by Wlliston State. Scrappy behind their own net. As the forecheck of ASU, though, still continues, but now out of the zone. 3-on-2 chance that they can hurry. Here comes Milliken. His shot stays low. The rebound given up by Levin. So they've been getting a good read on the freshman goaltender out of Illinois, as he's been giving up a couple of second opportunities.
There's a collision there. It was Hoban, and I want to see who that was. Looks like it'll be Milliken again. Hoban and Milliken collision behind the net, and the net comes off its sockets once again. All right, Murphy taking the face-off now against number 28, Devin Turcotte.
Turcotte wins it, a quick shot from Hunt. Levin able to make a good save. Plays positioning well, that's why he comes out. It's so sound of a goaltender for being just his first year in the ACHA. Very good positioning, also a tall body as you can see him. About a good 4 inches above that top crossbar, but cuts off angles of shooters right there as he takes off his right leg. Another save for him as only a couple of slivers, as even Nick Likowski last time mentioning, seemed the only way to make it through Levin is you're going to have to just beat him through his 5-hole when he happens to slide over. He doesn't give too much space for shooters to work.
Levin kind of found Arizona State committing as early as Christmas time of last season, emailing Coach Powers. Dedicated kid for sure.
Hit coming from Murphy. Great block again by Levas, earning a hard hat possibility. Levin dives on one as he jumps on the rebound. 1 minute, 8 seconds. Went to the butterfly quick and sprawled out for that one, Levin. And it seems like every time that man hits the ice, he goes up even slower as he's going to have to refocus. It'll take his skate over to the far side. But, man, over 20 shots on goal for Wlliston State in the opening period.
He's exhausted there, Nick, and rightfully so. Newmeyer with it now.
Him and Levas could be winning the Hard Hat Award right now after the first for their defensive play.
Absolutely.
The easy bet would be give it to Murphy for the goal. But typically that's statistics aren't what matter in a game as Chisholm nearly benches Paratalo.
You won't see Levas and Newmeyer stand out on the stat sheet for their defensive actions, but they have certainly done an outstanding job blocking the puck. Not just tonight, but every other night.
Chisholm takes the body. Blumgren at his own line. Now through Cummings. Good flip over to Scott as he's going to try to send that one deep. The referee knocks it down to help out Wlliston State as the final 20 seconds are going to go back for ASU zone. Good move by Cummings. He's going to come with a burst of speed with Chisholm. That one goes off the chest of Tyler Amp. Not many saves he's having to make this period as it cycles back around. ASU still on the forecheck. Just one Sun Devil against Paratalo. That was Blumgren battling hard. Paratalo won it. Now 3 Sun Devils will jump in as the final seconds expire as ASU takes the 1-0 lead. Scoreless. Shutouts in 4 straight periods, I should say, for ASU as they'll have a chance to regroup. Again, Powers will have a word with them as Wlliston State, again, just having to find some fire in between periods to come back out hot. They're going to have to just keep their mentality going. This has been a strong period for them, but just haven't found the back of the net.
And I'm sure Levin really does need the break after having to work so much during that period. He's going to need to take a nice drink and take a break out there. And also Wlliston State trying to get that momentum back up on their favor. They had it throughout the beginning of the period, but after that Murphy goal, it kind of fell short. They want to get it back, but looks like we're going to have an interview with Nick Likowski and Liam Norris coming up right about now. So we're going to send it down to them in a few seconds. Liam Norris on that line with Danny McAuliffe and Cale Dolinsky, one of the best in the ACHA. It's easy to forget about the newcomers. But we're now going to send it down to Nick Likowski and Liam Norris.
Liam, you guys are shorthanded today. You're 1 game away from a 2-week break, a little bit of a slow start here. How do you guys find a way to get that goal with the man advantage?
Well, I mean, obviously we're not playing too well to start the game. They're getting a lot of shots. We got a man up, and obviously everybody just knows we need to capitalize there and try and get some momentum. So that was our thought process.
Top 5 on the team in points, top 3 in assists. What's led to your success so far this season?
I think just our line combination, me, Cale, and Mac, we work really well. Playing with a player like Cale, obviously, leading the league helps a lot. A guy like Mac adds a little bit of physicality, and it just works really well.
You guys might be the #1 line in the country. You're on your way to being the #1 team in the country. How does that feel?
It's awesome. I mean, I say we are #1 in the country right now. We want to hold on to it. We like being a big part of it. Obviously, we've tailed off a bit here the last couple of games, but we're just trying to get back to the basics and start firing again.
All right, Liam, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
So how about that? A little treat as well. Nick Likowski on interviews, making him work hard this weekend. Come enjoy some Arizona State hockey there with Liam Norris, mentioning that top line and how good they've been this year. But Allie, again, looking towards the next period, Liam kind of touched on it. We didn't play the strongest first period is what he's saying, but Wlliston State coming out hot, looking like the better team, but down in the stat sheet. So just to regroup, once a couple of things you have to tell your team to refire, because obviously things were working, but just can't beat Levin.
Well, obviously, Coach Powers is telling Arizona State to pick up the momentum. You don't want to see Robert Levin work that hard and possibly tire out and let an easy one slide through. So Powers wants to refocus his guys, get the momentum up higher. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe another power play, maybe even a penalty kill. They need to pick up their momentum. If you're Wlliston State, capitalize on the opportunities a bit more and, again, watch the power play unit. They've had a lot of missed opportunities. They waited a tad bit too long or passed it a little bit in front of certain guys, falling over themselves. They're skilled enough to take on Arizona State. They beat Minot State. They proved that, but they're going to have to really capitalize on their opportunities.
They're going to need this, especially as you mentioned, not opportunistic on their 2 power play chances they had back in the first. But the Tetons, not really a bad stat. The Sun Devils have been almost perfect this season on the penalty kill, so very tough to beat them. I think they are going to have to find a way somehow to get through that. If they can't do a 5-on-5, they need to do it other ways. That physical play needs to come back, because that's when they got in the head of Arizona State and knocked them off their game. The Sun Devils seem to play back with the physicality, but that's not their style. They love to use the speed and work in the offensive zone. Wlliston State so close to tying this one, but we're going to take a break. Sun Devils up 1-0. Allison, Brett, and Josh will be back with you momentarily for our WCSA Intermission Report. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Roth, and I'm a senior defender from West Covina, California on the women's soccer team. I am studying biochemistry, and I'm also a member of the Barrett Honors College at ASU. Education gives you power and knowledge, and with that you can improve the world and stuff. So that's always been important to me. Being a part of the Barrett Honors College, people think you're nerds and crazy, but that's the fun in it. It creates a small sense of community in this large university, and you also have very dedicated professors who want to teach you these critical thinking skills. I have a presidential academic scholarship, so it's one of the top academic scholarships that you can have here at ASU. The scholarship means to me is that somebody actually believes in you and they want you to improve the world. They're giving their money to you to actually get your education to improve the world and come up with solutions for the world's problems. These past 2 summers, I've had an internship at TGen, which is a research institute in downtown Phoenix. Out of 500 applicants, I was actually chosen twice for 2 summers to be part of the 45 Helios Scholars. Once I graduate, I know I want to go into eye health. I'm really passionate about eyes because I've had tons of eye problems. I've had to wear sports goggles my sophomore year playing soccer here, so that's really inspired me to want to go on and help people with their vision.
Gentlemen, it's time. You've worked very, very hard to get to this moment, and it is now time to show who we are. We are not Tucson. This is Tempe, Arizona. Sun Devils football, gentlemen. The Pac-12, brother. It's time for us to put it on the line and get out there and show them how to tailgate for Sun Devil football. Yeah! Go Devils! Woo! Woo-hoo!
Become the voice for those who don't have one. Be the eyes for those who can't see. Listen to the story for those who can't hear. Explore the world so others can as well. Become a journalist. Start here. ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Your story begins here.
And Brett Deckert, And so, guys, the first thing is going to be Wlliston State seemed to come out explosive during that period right away, yet Arizona State had that power play goal. So who would you say won the period?
I would say Wlliston State won the period. It's unfortunate for them that they were in the penalty box and they got to stop going there. But Brett, we were talking about it beforehand, and we said this is probably the first period we've seen all season that Arizona State has been outplayed at home. Wlliston State's controlled the puck, they spent a lot of time in their offensive zone, and Arizona State cannot set up an attack on the offensive end right now.
Right, it looked like the team switched jerseys because Wlliston State was doing exactly what Arizona State has been great at this year. They controlled puck possessions, they won puck battles along the boards, and they kept the puck in the offensive zone. Arizona State struggled to get it out, something they usually have been very strong at, and their puck possession was not there in the offensive zone. Moving to the neutral zone, Wlliston State came in great. They had a plan moving in on the rush. They were very fast. Overall, it was a strong effort from them. It's just unfortunate for them that ASU got on the board, that bad penalty, and Murphy roofed it up on the goaltender.
And I was telling Nick earlier, there's a ton of missed opportunities from Wlliston State, and Arizona State is good at the power play, say it all the time. I really should stop, but it's the truth. But I want to talk about physicality now. Do you think the physicality has carried on? Do you see those teams being animosity towards each other?
To an extent. I mean, right now the most important thing is winning the game, and yeah, the physicality is going to come in and play a part, but they don't seem to try and go after each other despite, like, what happened last night. It's
right.
Normal right now.
Yeah, it's a little, physicality's a little heightened. Teams are finishing their checks, especially Wlliston State. A few plays there where I noticed it's almost a little too reckless. Times in the offensive zone, Wlliston State could have kept control of that puck, but they went for the check instead. On their part, it might be smart to tone that down. Arizona State's countering back though a little bit. They're being physical as well. It hasn't gotten too heated or animosity. There's been some words shared, but besides that, it's been a pretty well-played hockey game, not too out of hand.
And now, Brett, you mentioned earlier that it seemed like both teams had switched jerseys. But that being said, what do both teams need to do now in the second period?
The Sun Devils have to find a way to attack this Wlliston State team. They can't just wait around and rely on power play opportunities. They need to get the puck out of the defensive zone into neutralize and then set up their attack like they've been doing all season long.
All right, Wlliston State keep doing exactly what they're doing. They're going to tire out the Sun Devils if they keep them working in the defensive zone. The more you go on with the lead, they don't have the lead. They get the puck in the net. But with the way they're attacking, that'll eventually happen, we would think. Sun Devils, they need to attack the puck more, win the battles along the boards, move your feet, keep moving, play fast, because that's what we're used to seeing from them. That puck possession, being patient, looking for your open guys. They're not doing that right now. They're kind of just throwing the puck out when they can. So focus on getting that puck and winning those battles because that's key to holding on to your possession.
Right, Wlliston State just needs to hope that they can stay around as long as possible in this game and then hopefully beat goaltender Robert Levin. He's looked pretty solid in that first period, but definitely some areas where they could have capitalized on some rebound opportunities to look for that going forward.
He looked especially shaky in the first couple minutes, not holding on to rebound, things on the glove, moving around. He didn't look his best in there, and he hasn't been tested too much. They've had a lot of possession, but haven't put the best shots on net. So if they move forward and do that, we could see a couple goals let in.
All right. Well, now you guys know everything that both teams have to do here in the second period, but we'll see if that comes true for Brett Decker and Josh Franz. I'm Allison Cummings, and the puck will get ready to drop here for second period in a couple minutes.
When you support AID, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas, and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support Arizona PBS. Thank you.
How do we educate in a rapidly changing world?
How can we create a sustainable way of life?
How can we teach peace?
Second period underway here in Oceanside. ASU still with that 1-0 lead. Wlliston State has it behind their own net.
Well, you can see Tommy Cooney's out there now. He's the extra. He's playing up there with Brevard and Sean Murphy.
Push on Levin. Gives it up to Newmeyer.
Cooney got his first goal of the season against Delaware a couple seasons ago when they were playing shorthanded.
Here comes Murphy. He's going to come in with Brevard. Now Cooney from behind gets stripped by Rolfe. Taken by Wlliston State just on top of their crease. Cooney's skate got caught up with Amp's pads. That shot missed the net wide. Rebound taken over by Behrens as he has Levos to his side. Now looks for a backdoor look. That one thrown from the blue line, blocked in front. But we'll get a whistle and a slashing call against Arizona State. Another power play chance for Wlliston.
And this really is huge. A penalty kill has been an important part of Arizona State's play. They've done outstanding with it. But when you're Wlliston State, a team that's as talented as Arizona State, you're going to want to have that one less man out there on the ice. And as Brett said during the intermission report, it's kind of like the two teams have switched roles. So this is a really important part for Wlliston State to capitalize. Maybe they'll get the momentum shift in their favor, but we'll find out.
Shot was blocked by Delinsky. Back to the neutral zone. Wlliston State will regroup. Peritalo with a pass to Trevor Hunt. Now back to the defense. So 0 for 2 on the power play tonight.
Wlliston State taking their time, trying to make as many smart decisions as possible.
From the side, that one thrown around. He's going to chase down his own pass. Hunt beats Delinsky to it. Now sent it up for Nick Zern. A wrist shot through traffic. That was a rebound in front. Crashing in very hard was Trevor Hunt, looking for his third goal of the year. Now a big slap shot from Zern. That one scooped right into the glove handle of in. As we'll get a whistle, 40 seconds or so gone in the power play.
And it looks like it'll be sort of deja vu of the first period. Wlliston State coming out explosive yet again. Don't know if I'm watching the first period all over again. We'll see. It's like it'll be. Wlliston State now with it.
And Peritalo takes it off the draw. Darius Cole and a pass gets it back. Now back to Zern. Tip pass to Peritalo. Sun Devils doing a good job closing those lanes. That shot goes up very high on Levin as he snags it right around his shoulder level for another whistle. 1 minute to go in the Rivard slashing penalty.
The Sun Devils playing a little bit conservative there. They don't want to leave any openings in the net there with Wlliston State applying so much pressure like they have been.
Face-off taken from Scott. Him and Chisholm now have a chance. Short-handed, they're going to come in. The senior, good job blocking that passing lane by Kuntz. Never got it through to Chisholm. Good look, though, for the forwards. Now they have to hustle back. Blumgren knocks the body of Kobe Spoonmore off possession. That one's going to be cleared. Good job in those 20 seconds by ASU.
It is good to see those two working together again. They really haven't lost a step. They have been doing outstanding together so far, although the pass was blocked.
Shot score on the power play. Torres got the rebound. It seemed like it was only a matter of time. Levin coughed that one up. The defense couldn't get there in time. Dario Torres, his third goal of the season as he goes down the line.
And you know, that really is what happens when you lose momentum. You know, Arizona State didn't seem to be as awake and as attentive as they have been throughout the season, and that could have very well put them in check. Yeah, they got on the board first, but Wlliston State has been applying more pressure, and it was about time that one did seem to find the back of the net, and you saw it there. Torres capitalized.
Both goal power play goals tonight. Murphy with it. Quick wrist shot blocked from behind by Gutierrez. As Burkemper takes it, now pinned by Zern against the boards. Al, you and I just mentioned before we closed off the second period, the first period, whether or not the power play will make a difference. Delayed penalty and now the whistle. It's coming against Wlliston State, so now we're back on the man advantage for ASU as they are currently 0 for 1 tonight. Wlliston State improves to 1 for 3.
Right now it seems it's a battle of the special teams here out there. They both seem to be a bit complacent, and then special teams comes out and hey, what do you know? They woke up a little bit, but It's an even match now here at Oceanside.
So Gutierrez, high sticking call. So ASU 1 for 1 tonight. The man advantage, that got their offense going, pretty much their only offense of the first period. Cycling around through McGinty, looking back door with Murphy. Great feed from Dolinsky as he got that one through 2 defenders. No shots though for ASU. Dolinsky's gonna chase down Amp, gives it to his defense. Preckle, it doesn't even get to him. McGinty does a nice job getting his body in front, and that one's gonna be flipped out of the zone back towards Levin.
Levin coming out of his net there to get the puck away from his side. I can see he kind of wants to get a breather after that, regain his focus. Darius Torres really is Troy Hoban's twin out there with the hair, Nick.
Very much so, as that shot's flipped out as well. So on a short-handed look to get a shot on. And it's going to be an offensive draw for Wlliston with a man down. So Darius Cole getting the assist, by the way, in that Torres goal. That's going to put those two, and actually coming into this weekend, they're the top 2 point scorers. Darius Cole second on the team with 5 assists. Torres tied for second on the team with 3 goals.
And they're not going to give up, Nick. They beat Minot. They know they can beat this ASU team. They just have to keep focused and keep playing the way they have been, taking a lot of shots on net.
McAuliffe's going to dump this one around. Norris will be first one to it far side. He's met by Rolf. Rivard comes in to help on the power play. Sun Devils haven't been able to get a good offensive look yet in this man advantage. Newmeyer doing what he did last night, stepping up into the zone to try to play it. Levin puts his entire body in front of that one. Still 30 seconds to go for ASU on the power play as they'll regroup. Levos, Newmeyer, the defenseman, as Norris, McAuliffe, Rivard, the 3 forwards, taken in a battle between the 11s by Darius Cole as he sends it deep. An extra 10 seconds tick off. Sun Devils will try it again.
And you can notice the physicality from Wlliston State right now while on the penalty kill. They don't want to give Arizona State the chance on the power play. They're playing a little bit more physical, trying to keep them on their toes and avoid their passing game, which they've been really good at all year.
Final seconds tick off, back to full strength. ASU now 1 for 2, a man up. That one's knocked down by Rolf. Sends it back to the neutral zone. A battle right in front of the penalty box. Norris sends it back to his defense. As here comes ASU. Rivard a chance, tries to get it through the legs of Rolf. Second effort to Norris works out. Rivard trying to step up in the slot. That pass never got through as Newmeyer's going to send this one along the glass, paddled by Amp.
And there you go again, waiting a tad bit too long. Maybe if Rivard would have went forward a little bit sooner, that would have went through.
Ostertag into the zone, a shot kicked aside by Amp. The rebound gathered by Wlliston State. The Tetons get it out from their end as Torres meets Ritchie at center ice. Those two exchange some word. Hoban gets bumped. Back over for McGinty. He's going to come in with speed with Blessing. Good pass, Blessing! That one just missed as he went for the far post. Would have went near side. Could have had a good chance as Blessing robbed him. That one deflected off his stick. McGinty picks up the loose change. Ritchie at the blue line waiting for him. McGinty wants the backdoor look. Gets in. That one not even on net as that hobbled over his stick on the pass from Blessing. Good chemistry between those two players tonight as the shot was blocked by the defense in front. Defenseman, forward playing defense in Cole Stonstabo out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Pinned against the boards is Blessing, and out comes the Tetons, taken by Tomsic.
Blessing, Ostertag, and McGinty were the third line to start out the season, and you had the injury from both Ostertag and Blessing kind of mixed it up a little bit, but they're back out here tonight for another round. That would have been Blessing's first goal back since the injury.
Cummings will chase it down, just him and 4 Tetons, I guess. As now it's hacked out of the zone by Jarrett Stark. ASU back at their own blue line. 13 minutes to go in the second. Stolen at center ice by Cavan. He's going to dance around Scott. Throws one towards the net of Levin. Nick Zern holding ground at the blue line, hoping it would cycle his way. Instead, 2 Sun Devils crash on the black and green.
Levos using his body yet again to get the puck free.
Levos have to regroup this one. That shot by Milliken almost got swiped by Cummings as his shot missed that far post. The rebound taken by Preckle as he's now going to skate out of his own end. Hopes to go coast to coast. Comes onside with Cummings and Chisholm throws one towards Chisholm. That one got tangled in both Peratalo, Chisholm, and Amp. Kind of all three skaters met at once. Now a chance for Trevor Hunt. He throws one on Levin. That one goes to the side. 1-1 game here in Oceanside, second period, as we're almost halfway through.
Here we go again. Chris Burkemper with a chance now.
Burkemper has numbers, and with Scott gives it to the senior. The pass too far behind him. It was deflected off Josh Rolfe, so good job defensively of blocking that lane. And just about a 2-inch on the stick was all the wood he needed to break that pass up. So very good hand-eye coordination as a whistle, as you see Amp and Rolfe having some words between the net. Those two were on the same page. Sean Murphy, the lone goal scorer tonight for ASU, in front of the screen now as his line stepped up. But can the others? That's going to be the question of the night for the number 2 ranked Sun Devils.
And aside from the McAuliffe, Liam Norris, and Kel Dolinsky line is really going to be, can the newcomers step up and prove themselves yet again? You mentioned earlier, Nick, the players such as Colin Heckel isn't playing today. It's a test on the newcomers.
Heckel leads this team in goals, too, with 15. Just some chunks of the ceiling come down to the ice as well with that intended clearing attempt. So it goes back in the offensive zone of ASU. The line out there right now is one we didn't see last night. And Powell, Gutierrez joining him as well with Wichar, but Powell's a new skater wearing 23 for Wlliston State. Newmeyer throws one. That one goes wide. Rivard takes it up. Burkemper behind the net, battled with Wichar. Lost his stick, picks it back up. That one thrown towards net, but not on by Brett Blumgren. Newmeyer with a backhander, trying to send it to Rivard. He wins it against Rolfe. Now centering feed. Nobody was home. Burkemper realized it a little too late as action goes behind the net of Amp.
And let's give the Wlliston State defense some credit here. They're doing a very good job marking up the Arizona State players to make sure they don't receive the puck.
Out shooting the Sun Devils more than 2-1 on the night. Rivard, far side, he comes in, has Burkemper going with him. That shot goes behind the net. Now taken over by Gutierrez as he'll dump in. Blumgren meets far side, now sent back along by Rivard, but didn't get far enough as Kyle Kuntz gets a piece of it. Here comes Michael Behrens. Good stick lift on a back pressure from behind by Sean Murphy, getting involved in the defensive side of things. Blumgren trying to find Murphy. That one's taken away as well. Wlliston State with a late stick coming in on Murphy. Now they're going to regather it. Here comes the Tetons. Darius Cole along the side. He's going to trade places with Turcotte. A shot. That one just goes off the side of the blade of Levin's right skate. Another shot from Turcotte. That one blocked the side through traffic as it goes all the way back towards Amp.
And it seems as though Arizona State's having a harder time finding each other out there on the ice here tonight. Normally they do a fantastic job of that, passing a little bit in front or behind players here tonight.
10-minute mark of the second period, so 30 minutes gone, 30 to go in regulation. As Sonstabo behind his own net now with the outlet. Ritchie, good hit as he laid it out on Tomsic. Parker's going to feel that one as he gets back up on his 2 feet. And offside slightly with McAuliffe, a little bit ahead of the puck, so we'll get a face-off just outside the blue line.
Looks like Mac wanted to join the physicality there after Sean Ritchie's getting a little hit of his own. Back-to-back hits. Ritchie, though, big body laying him out right there on the ice.
Last night, the Sun Devils using 2 quick passes to get it out of their zone. Tonight, not as effective. As you see Torres on the draw with Norris. This is going to be one back by Wlliston State. Zern will chase it down. His defensive pairing is Peratalo out to the near side. Took a Sun Devil bounce. A shot from Norris. Still loose in front of Amp. Now pouncing on it as McAuliffe wants it as well. And now I think wants a call against Nick Zern. Not going to get it. As some of the Sun Devils in their suits and tie also trying to say their words with their hot chocolates through the glass.
Oh, yeah. Also with the hot chocolates there. I think Fezcon actually has a red cup. I wonder what he has. Everyone else has the white cup. I want some hot chocolate. It's freezing up here.
Welcome to Oceanside, I guess. You gotta make ice in the desert that much cooler.
You'd think I'd learn, right?
Tangled up the stick is Blessing on Torres. 2 meet against the boards. McGinty with it. Has Ostertag at center. Can't get it to him now. Tries. That one taken over by Wlliston State. One pass out of the zone, and now they're off into their offensive zone. A shot from the far side of the screen. Blessing gets sandwiched. One by Wlliston. See, they're just pursuits going very quick. Another rebound by Levin, un-Levin-like.
Trouble.
So maybe a little bit off his game even, is playing phenomenal in terms of statistically, but not used to seeing Levin giving up those second chances. I'd say he's given up at least 12 or so the night. As one towards the crease, Trevor Hunt made sure that one never touched the stick of Brian McGinty. That feed came from Ostertag and will freeze the puck. Blocker side of Amp is where the faceoff will be.
Well, Levin has been worked a lot more than normal here tonight. That could also be the reason why, typically he doesn't see that many shots so far in the game, so I'm sure he's a little bit worn out. He's not used to seeing this, that's for sure.
Behind the net of Amp, this one's wrapped back around and now out of the zone on one pass by Hunt. Taken by Blumgren, tries to find Chisholm. He meets the defenseman, then Tyler Witchar. Chisholm gets the way to a chance for Scott. One to the center one. That one thrown on net. Good job of Amp at just getting back as he has to put his own net back on like Levin had troubles back in the first period.
Oh, that infamous net. Always trying to fall off.
Newmeyer plays the lane. Cummings another big hit. Takes the hit now on Jared Stark. Delayed penalty upcoming. And this one is thrown on immediately. I think it's going to be on Wlliston State then. It looks like it might be on Stark for retaliation on Cummings, as the referees certainly are aware of last night's affair. So tightening it up drastically this evening, as at the 7:43 mark of the second, Wlliston State's, actually it's going to be coincidentals, as Cummings and Stark are going to go to the box.
And I want to say Cummings got a piece of his head there during the retaliation. Shoved him right in the head.
Cummings' second trip to the penalty box tonight. I think coincidental roughing calls. ASU out of their zone. Oh, now intercepted. Barron's a shot. As that one goes wide of Levin. Norris now out the other way. So it was a slashing call, by the way, on Stark, but now another penalty. So this is going to put Sun Devils with a man advantage as it comes just about 15 seconds or so after the coincidentals. This one's against Barons.
This really is going to be a very huge penalty kill here for Wlliston State. They do not want Arizona State to regain the momentum here with another power play goal. They're going to want to keep it 1-1 right now to even have a chance. They've been out shooting Arizona State and been out playing them with the momentum so far. They do not want to lose it here.
Well, I found out what the favorite penalty call is tonight. Slashing. 5 of the 8 calls have been that. Sun Devils will set up in the offensive zone on their 2-minute power play. Preckle skates to his left, tries for the pass. That ricochets off the skates of Gutierrez. Norris retreats. Norris, Preckle, Levas, Delinsky. The 4 out. It's a 4-on-3 power play, by the way, as they weren't coincidentals. It was roughing a slashing call, by the way, handed out with Stark and Cummings. Norris back over. Plenty of ice for ASU to work. Here's Delinsky at the side. Norris a chance. Throws one on. Rebound. Great save. Preckle tries 2 times. Both times were denied by Tyler Amp. Levas finds Preckle deep into the zone. Now over to Norris. Had a one-timer for a moment. Tries for the pass. That ricochets off the sticks of Witchar.
Here they go again with their passing game, trying to find a...
Levas for Preckle. Looking backdoor with Norris. If he could have gathered it, would have been an easy power play goal for the Sun Devils. Still a minute 5 to go for them as it goes off the backboards. Norris steps up. Good heads-up play by Witchar. Levas with room. Now Preckle, the senior defenseman, gives it to the freshman defenseman over to Norris. It was blocked by Witchar again. The very active defenseman body. 2 strong defensemen in Paratalo. That one goes off the post on a quick shot from the Sun Devils around their face-off circle. Preckle with time. Still 40 seconds to go in the power. A little less than that now in the power play. The 2 coincidentals about to end in the final 10 seconds. Then we'll have about 20 seconds a little less than that of 5-on-4 hockey. Preckle gathers it, drops one for Levos. 2 men out of the box. Almost like they both waited for that play. The doors were both open. Preckle can't gather it. Final 10 seconds now of the man advantage. A hit on Cummings by Stark. The two meet again the second after coming out of the box. McGinty and Levos on that far side. Wlliston clears, and that's going to do it for the Sun Devil power play as they're going to go 1 for 3 this evening.
And Wlliston State really making the smarter decision to play more conservatively there and making Arizona State stay on the outskirts of their side. They didn't want to give them the chance to make a run through on the power play. I think the conservative style is going to pay off against this explosive team.
Sun Devils had some chance, just had to bounce off their sticks. McCall tries to put on the brakes on Paratalo. The two meet now against the boards. And out from one zone to the next. And a pass from Cole. Now regathered and injured Teton on the ice. The barrel rolls out. That was Michael Behrens. McGinty with it. Now up to Murphy. So McGinty, Murphy, and McAuliffe. Murphy gets smashed. The senior loses it off his stick too. Good back check from the forward, Colby Spoonmore. McGinty puts on the brakes. A quick wrist shot. That one held on by Tyler Amp as you saw Murphy come in late to that action. Also the left side of Ant was McAuliffe, so skilled forwards out on the ice for ASU, unable to get the go-ahead goal.
And if Amp wouldn't have stopped that, I definitely would have been trouble. Like you said, Nick Mack was right there, ready to bury it in the back of the net.
Scott on the draw with Torres. So we'll just have some words with Amp. As referees back towards the Wlliston bench, having some words with the coaching staff. Not exactly sure what they're trying to straighten out.
Not either, but they're going to want some time to regroup anyway the last 5 minutes. They really wanted to tack on another goal against Arizona State.
We're going to have a word with both coaches.
No one seems angry, so I'm really not sure what this is about. Getting ready to take the face-off now, as it'll be won by Wlliston State. Richie with it, sending it up around the backboards now. Troy Scott with a little bit of physical action there as Wlliston State manages to hold on. Michael Cummings with it, and he just misses it.
Taken by Zern behind his own net. Now Chisholm will go to work. Him and Scott on that far side. Now going to the right side of your screen. Cummings in front as that one goes out of play. Another one that gets caught in the netting. That one's not going to come down. A late hit, though, by Corey Chisholm as he flattens, I believe that was Paratalo. Oh, excuse me, that was Tomsick out of Wisconsin.
Here we go with the physicality picking up a little bit now. You know, this is more physicality we've seen both tonight and last night than against U of A so far. What's that about, Nick? Normally it's the other way around.
I think it's just Wlliston State coming into Tempe, just knowing how hungry they are for victories, especially when they have a couple of games against big opponents. Minot State and ASU, you have number 1 and 2.
They certainly are hungry for a victory. Chisholm for cross-checking.
That one could hurt the Sun Devils. They're going to be a man down now. Both goals tonight have been on the power play. Torres and Murphy, the two goal scorers. Torres with the lone goal this period. The 4-minute mark just passed. Still only 15 seconds gone, in that cross-checking penalty. The Corey Chisholm, one of the best penalty killers too for the Sun Devils tonight in terms of their dress roster. As Torres will skate it across the blue line. He's pushed off by Preckle. Levos into the corner. Some wooing coming from the Tetons bench. They're trying to get themselves to stay focused in this one. That one just hobbled over the blue line. Bench of Wlliston State not happy with Tyler Witchar, a bit slow, the Winnipeg, Manitoba defenseman.
And with 3 minutes left on the clock here, about 3.5 minutes-ish, Wlliston State can really send Arizona State back into the locker room with a sour mood if they tack on another one here. Arizona State does not want to go into the third period down by a goal. You know, they're not really used to coming back from behind. They're used to, piling it up on teams.
Both teams 1 for 3, by the way, on the power play tonight. Minute 15 to go as Troy Scott lays a hit out at center ice. Now going to chase it down. A diving effort. That one sends it deeper. Sun Devils bench gives him some applause. I should say stick taps. Bergkemper missed the hit but took the stick. Anyways, of Nick Zern.
It's a fair trade-off, I'd say.
Amp leaves it. Wichar, one pass out of the zone, took a funky bounce. Dolinsky pokes it back about 20 feet. Now at center ice, gathered by Paratalo. Gonna send this one along the boards. Far side for Hunt. He can't hold on either. Sun Devils doing a good job in the first minute 30 of the kill.
Amp's going to come out of his net there to try to hurry up and try to kick some more shots on goal here during this power play. 24 seconds left now.
Murphy, Dolinsky, Blumgren, Newmeyer, the killers for ASU. Taken by Murphy. Barons with a late poke. Kuntz and Murphy both get laid out in that hit simultaneously. Law of physics right there. 4-on-3 rush for Wlliston as Turcotte into the zone as well. Two blue liners are Spoonmore and Kuntz.
Murphy's getting physical today there, Nick. Got a couple hits.
Sun Devils kill that one, so they're going to be 3 for 4 tonight on the PK. That makes 1 for 4, 25% for Wlliston State with the man advantage. Ostertag lets that one go by both him and Paratalo. Intercepted by McGinty. Second line out for ASU. Ostertag with a spin move to create some space. Newmeyer will push this one along as the Sun Devils touch up. Minute 40 expired in the second.
And this could potentially be a huge momentum shift for Arizona State. It was a big penalty kill right there.
Preckle out of the zone, chased down by Rolf. Blessing behind him, intercepted by the Sun Devil forward. Ryan Ostertag has McGinty momentarily. Good job closing the lane by Al Mall as that one goes off the boards. Thrown on, deflected by McGinty, but played with a high stick, so Sun Devils touch up. It'll be a whistle. So that just getting a piece of it was Wlliston State. 1 minute to go now in the period. McGinty with it. He trades spots with Blessing, goes all the way back towards his own blue line, dumps it. Paratalo will have this one leave. The icing was waved off. Sun Devil got a stick of it, so Levin out between the pipes to play. Here's Levos, final 40 now.
Wlliston State doing a really good job staying with their man on defense. They're not giving Arizona State very many opportunities, and if they wait a second too long, they could miss their chance. Wlliston State really doing a great job there.
And that's going to be an icing with 24 seconds to go. 24 seconds. McGinty, Ostertag, and McAuliffe with the forwards out for ASU. I think a change coming. Well, maybe not from Wlliston State. It looks like Torres, Tomsic, Wichar, Zern, and Hunt. Excuse me, Spoonmore, not Hunt.
Well, Torres is definitely the guy they want to see out there for the final 24 seconds. He's the one with the power play goal earlier in this period.
They still have a chance, but won by the Sun Devils. Levos gets it out through McAuliffe, just past that blue line as the Tetons will touch onside. This one goes back towards their own end. Final 12 seconds now. McAuliffe takes a hit against Torres. That one's gloved by Levin. Is he going to give it for Levos and hope the final seconds will expire? One more chance. That one goes wide of the near post. And now time officially runs out of the second. 1-1. The score as Wlliston State able to win the goal battle of that period, finally netting their first goal of the series against Arizona State. And some bodies kind of meet as they leave to go back to their benches and back to the locker rooms.
And this really is going to be a new game going into the third period. It's wipe what happened for a second period. It's 1-1. It's tied. It's going to be starting a new game. We're now going to try to get an interview with Casey Fier. I'm not quite sure who she's going for. Or Nick Lakowski, excuse me. We have Nick today guest starring on our show. He was here before I was here. It's the first time that I'm meeting him. We'll see. He's going for Kale Dolinsky, so he's coming down right now.
Some of the players, too, that Nick got the call when he was back here announcing for ASU. So let's throw it down to Nick Lakowski with Kale Dolinsky.
Cal, 1-1 after two. Game's pretty close. What do you got to do to take this in the third?
Oh, we got to start playing. We're playing terrible. I mean, there's a few guys going, but 90% of us, we're not even there tonight. It's terrible.
How do you get it together in the locker room here?
Honestly, we get one more game, one more period, and then we have a break, right? So just, ball still up for 20 more minutes.
What would 19-0 mean to you?
You know what? It'd be a lot for Coach Bowers, and it'd be a lot for our organization, but I'm just concerned about the win right now, and then we'll maybe figure out the 19-0 later.
Now, number 1 in the league in scoring, Cal, and there's some rumors starting to go around here that you might have a little celebrity doppelganger. We got a side-by-side up there for the fans right now. Maybe that you look like the Great Gatsby. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's an honor, right? I mean, anybody would like to look like the Great Gatsby, and I feel like I'm a splitting image of him.
Thank you, Cal. Back to you guys.
Well, Allie, what do you think? Feel like it's a Gatsby look-alike? I mean, I think he's looking obviously at the hairdo. I'd say it's close. The facial features maybe not so much.
Maybe more like Taylor Lautner. I think Cal Dolinski could pull off a great Taylor Lautner. I don't know. He's Cal Dolinski, totally different species there. What do you think?
Interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know if he'd even like the Taylor Lautner reference, knowing his personality, but we'll have to ask him himself.
I mean, looks alone.
So you're on. Hey, no, I know what you mean, but I don't think. But he immediately associated himself then with
I
with
apologize,
obviously.
Kale. I'm sorry.
He'd make the associations with. I don't even know what Twilight and that whole saga. But either way, jokes aside, leading the points in the ACHA is Kale Dolinski still on top and needs to find some offense. 1 goal for Sun Devils through 40 minutes. A great job by Wlliston State. Amp not getting as much pressure as he had last night, and his defense definitely helping him out. So, Allie, what's going to be the difference in the third of the team that wants it more?
It's going to be, can Arizona State get the momentum up? Right now, Wlliston State definitely wants it more. The momentum is higher. I say it, I don't know how many times during the broadcast. They're doing a great job of keeping Arizona State away from taking as many shots. But then you heard Kale. Kale said that Arizona State's playing terribly. And I just don't think they have the momentum. They're not used to playing like this. They're not used to being at 1-1 right now. It's going to be really hinging on them. They're the swing factor in this right now. If they're going to have the momentum up, Wlliston State could potentially be in trouble. If they're going to come out lackadaisical, then Wlliston State has it in the bag.
Well, I always find it interesting. They say they played terrible 1-1 hockey game. They're really not looking that bad. They're just getting outbeat right now by Wlliston State. So for them to say it's terrible should show you that it's going to be another interesting third period. Wlliston State has kept ASU off guard all weekend long. Maybe one more period to go unless overtime or shootout is going to be possible in Tempe. But Allison Cummings and myself, well, I guess I'll take a step aside from the mic. She'll be back in the post-game report after this commercial break.
I get to do what I love to do every day. And I see that as nothing but a gift. I think that's a gift that I get to wake up and go play volleyball and go to school. And that's something that I love to do. So in order to kind of say thank you, because I can't really say thank you other than, to succeed and do well. But in order to give back, I go help the community and give my service and do what I need to do in order to give back, and I think that's really the only way I can really express my gratitude for this opportunity to be a student athlete. I'm involved with the Sparky's Tour program where we travel around to different schools around the valley and talk about character, and Sparky is an acronym, so every letter stands for a different part of character. S stands for self-discipline, P stands for positive, A is for active, R is for respect, K is for knowledge, and Y is for yourself. It's awesome. We can show them, it's cool to be a good person, to have good character. We bring Sparky with us, and Sparky steals the show. So it's really a great feeling to see them react to it and to have so much energy and enthusiasm because ASU is coming to their school. My dream was always to play at ASU. I can honestly say I would not want to be anywhere else but part of the Sun Devil family. And I love it here. I love ASU. I love this school, this program. I love it. I love it.
Imagine what it feels like to be a champion. To have sold-out crowds every game.
Into the zone, Rivard has it lost between his two skates, back out towards center. Now with it's Peritalo in front. Another chance and a wrist shot by Stark. That one blocked in front. Another one deflected off the glove hand of Newmeyer. Falling down is Turcotte as he goes back to the boards. Good forecheck by Wlliston State, hammered into the boards as Stark, as he from his stomach gets that pass off, but it's taken by ASU. Burkemper avoids the hit, but not going to regain possession by Paratalo.
I don't know about you, Nick, but I definitely wouldn't want to receive a hit from Blomgren. Huge guy.
I want to receive a hit by a couple of skaters right now on the ice. By the way, 3-3 the score between Minot State and Arizona. That one at the end of 2 periods. Dolinsky with the backhander. Norris with room to work. His shot, that one right in the chest of Amp as he holds on. No rebound given up for either Dolinsky nor Norris. On a good chance, Norris just never picked a corner, threw it right at the center of the pipes.
And Amp didn't even have to move at all. He just remained right in the same spot, hit him right in the chest there, Nick.
Came out a little bit to play the positioning, worked out in his favor. Preckle, wrist shot, blocked aside by Colby Spoonmore. Take number 2 for ASU. Norris deep into the zone with Dolinsky. A wraparound chance. Norris couldn't find it in time. A shot. McAuliffe stuffed into the doorstep. Great chance for ASU's top line. They need to get going to spark some intensity back in the offense of ASU. Levos goes back to center. Wlliston State bench excited after that big kick save by Amp.
And 2 assistant captains on that line being McAuliffe and Dolinsky, trying to get the energy up for Arizona State.
Tipped in by Sonstabo. McAuliffe will play far side with Preckle. Now out. Here comes McAuliffe. He wanted to skate it out. Has to saucer it back towards his bench. Norris with an extended shift for this top line. That one's going to be frozen in the body of Tyler Amp. 17:40 to go in the third.
And there you have it again. Amp not really being tested so much here today. He hasn't had to move a lot for the puck. The Sun Devils are lacking that movement, shooting it kind of right where he's standing. If it would have been a little bit to the left or the right, it could have potentially went in. Tetons with it now. Looks like it'll be Tyler Cabin. Hoban sends it up into the neutral zone.
Sent out by Blessing. Tried to find Ostertag.
Heading off into the face-off now. Some fresh legs on the ice for the Tetons. Darius Cole back out there on the ice.
Sun Devils trying to find some offense. Wlliston State doesn't want them to get any bit of it.
Wlliston State actually wants to keep up their momentum.
From the sides, McGinty with it, top of the face-off circle. Battling against 2 Tetons, going to lose this one. Tries to win it back momentarily. Now wedges his way through, trying to force himself back on possession. As it worked, because it helped out his teammate in Blessing. McGinty chases it in that corner. Has one pass to get it out, that couldn't do it in time though. And that one's going to be sent all the way down to the Sun Devils defensive end.
Hoban will get it now, take it around the back. Sean Ritchie sends it up to Ryan Ostertag. Lost it there. Tetons looking for the shot.
Got one, the rebound for Paratalo. That one goes back towards ASU's possession as they're going to try to skate it all the way down, losing a stick in the process too. Late poke coming from Ostertag. A shot goes wide.
From the neutral zone too. Shooting a little bit early there, trying to apply pressure. It's now back on the Teton zone. It's Michael Cummings will chase. Chisholm and Scott working together again. Back to Newmeyer. Newmeyer with the shot. It is wide. Tetons will recover it now, sending it up to Blomgren. Blomgren in the neutral zone now. Crosses it over to Newmeyer. Newmeyer up to Troy Scott. Back to Chisholm. Here comes Chisholm with the shot, and that is also wide. The Tetons will recover now, sending it back up towards the neutral zone, but Drew Meyer will recover it with the shot right at Amp.
Newmeyer, a couple of chances, now back out for Blomgren, trying to sidestep as Wlliston State. Chisholm goes back in his own zone. Blomgren heads up, gets it out through Cummings. He's going to try to skate in far side. Scott now with it. Cummings lost the glove, a Wlliston State player lost the glove. That was Tomsick. Shot deflected by Cummings. After that shot so hard, Levos lost his footing as that one goes out of play for a souvenir to the fans. As 14:42 to go in the third period.
We're going to get some fresh legs out there for the Sun Devils. Sean Murphy, the man who scored earlier for Arizona State, seeing if this line can get something going. Some new lines out there also for the Tetons. Dario Torres again, also the guy who scored for them. So we'll have both goal scorers taking the face off with 14 minutes and 42 seconds remaining on the clock.
One by ASU, a quick shot off the face-off by Murphy. That one goes back to the boards. Preckle working at the blue line against Spoonmore. Kuntz has his man locked. That's Rivard. Now Murphy wants in on it, not going to get it.
Murphy getting the puck now. Misfooting by the Tetons. Preckle with it now in his own zone.
Preckle trying to find Rivard. And he gets it back. And Murphy got it, held on to it long enough. 14 minutes just passed in the final period of regulation. Murphy cuts back, loses a footing. This one goes for Wlliston State. They're going to have two forwards going in on the attack. Spoonmore has Preckle to beat. Good positioning by Preckle as you see him jarring in the face of the Wlliston State forward. Tries to get it back, now clears. And Sun Devils will go for a change if icing's waved off, but it's not.
And Preckle really is that player to use his physicality to his advantage. He's a bigger guy. He's going to use it on the advantage when it's a 1-to-1 or whatever. Brett Preckle, certainly good in that department. It will be Rivard taking the face off up against Milliken. Oh, Sean Murphy switching it now. And it'll be won by the Tetons.
ASU puts pressure with McAuliffe, now far side. Out for Wlliston State. Delinsky's going to work for it in front of his own bench. Taken in first by Wichar. Norris around for Ritchie. Now McAuliffe runs into some pressure. Good takeaway in the offensive zone for Wlliston State. Cycling. Now has one more pass. It's a breakaway opportunity for Cale Delinsky. The leading point scorer in the ACHA puts a move on but loses it. Good positioning by Tyler Amp. Delinsky with a good chance to put his team ahead. Instead, ASU's top line still working with it in the offensive zone. Hoban throws one on. That one's blocked by the forward and Darius Cole. Sun Devils still with it. Now another chance. McAuliffe keeps that one low. A second chance. Delinsky still with Norris. Waved off. No goal. They thought he had it whistled and there was an Amps equipment. Sun Devil fans explode with excitement, but this one erased as the top line playing sensational in the third, but they disallowed goals. They wave it off officially in front of the PA. Unbelievable break for Wlliston State. That one was on top of the crease. Norris, Delinsky, both there. Norris scored his second goal of the series, but he's not going to get it. Remains at one.
And it's not often you'll see Cale Delinsky miss a goal on the breakaway there. I mean, he said it himself, about 90% of the team isn't on here tonight. And you saw that there, the rebound, that Liam Norris, that was waved off. We'll see if McGinty can get it going here with Blessing and Ostertag for the Sun Devils. As it's tipped into their zone now.
Icing the call. McGinty wins the draw to himself, taken by Paratalo. Blumgren at the blue line, going to have to go back to the neutral zone. Good takeaway by Blessing. Well, he gives it right back, though, so coincidental turnovers for either side. Blessing intercepts at center. Gives it up, though. A chance. Nick Zern, a shot. That one deflects high as the rebound comes back out, trying to throw it off the back of Levin, but not in time. Another chance Peritalo has to set up. Now Zern fires. That one goes off Levin and cleared by ASU as they ice that one. But it's played by Amp.
Amp coming out of his net, too, quite a bit of ways, wanting to keep the momentum going in Wlliston State's favor.
Taken by Murphy, looking for his second goal of the night. Loses it, though. Great positioning by Peritalo in his own defensive end. And caught against those corner boards. Brought out Rivard, now going back towards center. Great job by the 5'9" forward and Sean Murphy. Rivard now stepping in to help out. Also there was Dario Torres and Peritalo. Eventually Sun Devils find possession. Newmeyer throws one on, hoping to find the stick of Burkemper. It did not. So back it goes the other way for Wlliston.
Eric Rivard really is a mucker for Arizona State. You will see him get physical with the other players.
Great feed to Burkemper with some space. Oh, Burkemper denied access into the zone as laying the hit was Sonstabo. Great hit from the Minnesota native. Burkemper going to try it again. Unable to clear Sonstabo. Wow, great block by Murphy. That one finding just about the 3-inch blade that he has to protect Levin.
Probably the biggest hit of the night, too, the Burkemper hit.
That one or the Ritchie one, either one,
That's
both
true.
Pretty solid. Chance for a 2-on-1, but good job of Liam Norris getting back. Cleared out by Levos. Here's Dolinsky. Line change for ASU, putting the top line out, not surprisingly, because that's been the most productive line of the night. In front, a good backdoor look with Norris. As a rebound goes right back to McAuliffe. This top line just hungry and moments away from scoring. Good job by Wlliston State's goaltender Tyler Amp and their defense at least helping on third and fourth chances. This top line's gotten almost all of ASU's second chances. So good job putting pressure on the sophomore netminder as Rich, gets the stick tangled up. No call there. Just a good defensive effort as a 6'4" body, and Ritchie gives it up to Chisholm. Him and McAuliffe are going to work with it into the zone. Trailing is Norris. This one's going to go around the cage from right to left. Hoban back, now taking it. Ritchie, a wrist shot goes off the shoulder blades of Amp as Chisholm will jump on the rebound. A couple of sophomores deep. The junior Norris back to the sophomore Ritchie. That one blocker down and back to the side. McAuliffe pushed his man with a purpose into the boards. Back in over Ritchie, another shot. That one stayed low as it's deflected off the body of a defenseman in front. Relentless attack right now for ASU. Hoban loses it momentarily between his legs. Now helping him out is Norris. Chisholm there. And a good forecheck as ASU starts that. Chisholm and Norris battling, and they're caught in a change too. These aren't even players who typically go together. Another shot from Hoban. That one through the legs, and a backdoor look. Not there as that slides across the crease. A pass from Norris trying to find Chisholm. Man, oh man, ASU turned it on in that minute 30 stretch.
And it's almost as if that no goal call really did light the fire for Arizona State. You know, they got all excited, and when it was waved off, they kind of changed their momentum and picked it up. Maybe that was the wake-up call they sort of needed.
For lack of a better term, also a bit of a cliche, but whichever team wants it more in the third is going to get it. Sun Devils at least wanted it more in that minute 30 stretch as 8 minutes, 30 seconds now approaching on the clock in regulation. This one could be headed for overtime, but still plenty of hockey to sort things out. Ostertag slips his way through two players, now avoids the hit but can't hold on to the puck. The Tetons will take it out from their own end.
And it seems like Amp has had more pressure put on him in this period than the whole game so far in that 1 minute stretch alone.
Tomczyk looking for Gutierrez. A quick shot, Sonstabo. That one goes off the post and out. Great pinpoint shot by Cole Sonstabo, the freshman, stepping up in this third period as well for Wlliston State, inches from taking the lead.
Absolutely, and again, Wlliston State getting a lot of shots on net. If it would have been a little bit to the right or left, possibly a goal here. The face-off will be taken now.
Murphy wins it to Blumgren. Blocked down by Levin. Interesting shot, almost more of a clearing effort. That just happened to go on net. Kept it in the offensive zone. Wlliston State trying to get something going. Newmeyer, great strip. It's back the other way for ASU. They have numbers. Rivard finds Murphy a wrist shot. Easy save for Amp. As Murphy now actually has his own teammate pushed into him. That was Neumeier colliding with Murphy. Here comes a break for Sonstabo. He's going to try to do it again. He scores! Second time's a charm. Cole Sonstabo takes the lead for Wlliston State, 2-1 late in the third.
And how crucial for Wlliston State. They really want to bury the momentum of Arizona State. They got that back with the goal waved off, and there they have it, taking it right back again. Wlliston State really had won the game so far. During this matchup, they're celebrating right now. Arizona State looking a tad bit deflated out there on the ice.
Sun Devils back on a 2-on-1. The defense took the passing lane. Sonstabo ripped one in that top crossbar, found the underneath half of it as it ricocheted in. Can't say enough about the two shots he just had. Gavin getting the assist on that goal. Unbelievable change of events for Wlliston State. Sun Devils haven't scored since the 3:50 mark of the first. Preckle frustrated, no penalty on that one, hoping for a slash. The bench wants it as well. They have a reason to believe that, as Norris now tangles up with Milliken on the far side. Preckle goes back near side with McAuliffe. Good forecheck of ASU as they start to up the pressure. Now they're going to be even hungrier. But talk about a change of events. After possibly the best offensive shift ASU had all game, Wlliston State comes out 1 minute after that and gets the goal to take the lead. McAuliffe a shot, he answers back, the assistant captain. Hey now, what do you say? 2-2 Sun Devils. Mac is back.
And it's almost as if they have to come down to pick up the momentum sometimes. As the captain Danny McAuliffe says, you want to win this game? Nope. And he put it right in the back of the net. Again, I want to reiterate, you mentioned it earlier, Nick, the best start in franchise history is at stake here tonight. It's Danny McAuliffe's senior year. He wants that on his record, that's for sure. He does not want to lose here tonight at home.
Man, oh man, him and Murphy now both with the same exact stat line. 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points on the season from freshman to a senior, as he finally was able to bury one. He's been hungry for it for weeks. As Dolinsky, of course, is going to find the assist, and also his other line mate and center, Liam Norris, getting involved in the assist department into the zone. Good block by the defensive ASU, Brett Preckle, to Dolinsky and Norris. Norris 2 assists tonight, and both goals in the first and third. So ASU started the offense off with a power play goal by Murphy, then a power play goal by Torres in the second for Wlliston State. In the third, it's been Sonstabo, and that goal by McAuliffe as the shot goes high, and Levin under 6 minutes to go in regulation. 2-2 hockey in Tempe. Exciting finish, doesn't even begin to state this series.
And you know, I don't think that Jay Gatsby could have get as many assists as Kale Dolinsky. I think that's what sets them apart here. I don't think Gatsby would stay on his feet too well.
He's going to have to use his swooning ability to try to win some more points over. Ostertag sends it up ice. Too far ahead of Cummings, though. I think he was trying to dump that one in, hoping Cummings could beat it in a skating race. McGinty gets the feed, avoids the hit, but it was a good job by Wlliston State because that one led right to the turnover. So a good teamwork between the two. Maul's going to dump this one in far side. Taken by Hoban behind his own net. Ostertag. Now McGinty pushes deep, is just going to let Ritchie battle that one out. And as the Sun Devil sophomore defenseman out from one end, the Canadian throws one towards the net of Amp as he gets knocked down right after the shot. He'll come off the ice for a change. ASU holds the offensive zone. Hoban couldn't. Neumeier back with Blessing, as Blessing kind of sideswept right through Stark and was able to steal that one. Neumeier, good poke. That one avoided a turnover very quickly. Thrown off the side of the net, taken by Hoban. Good job by Wlliston State deep. Their forecheck turned on a new level as well. Blessing unable to clear. That one knocks off one of the bodies. The Sun Devils are going to try to go on the right side of your screen to clear. He turns it over. Good job by McGinty, grabbing that one in his sticks and being calm. And he saucer up to Ostertag. I think he's going to have to beat out the icing call. Sun Devil fans want to erase that one, but they won't be able to do that.
No, the Wlliston State goal was almost kind of like the mom giving the kid a present on Christmas, and then when Max scored that goal, it was, oh, but you can't open it. And that's why they're fired up right now. They thought they had this game, or at least for a little while. Didn't last too long for them. A little bit upset. Things getting a little bit physical now. Some words between Ryan Ostertag and the players on the Tetons bench.
I think a timeout was called, not sure by which side. And Coach Powers did to regroup his team, Allie. So let's talk about the streak of ASU. 18 wins in a row to start the year. That was exactly what they had last year before losing to Penn State in that very entertaining series up towards the Nittany Lions territory in Happy Valley. But now a chance to go 19-0 to start playing ACHA. Be another tick in the record book for ASU in their search for greatness. The saying this year, build a dynasty, leave a legacy. Be a great start to the 2013-14 season.
Oh, absolutely. You know, there's nothing that Denny McAuliffe, Cale Delinsky, Colin Heckel want more than to win this game here tonight and prove that they came here and they changed the face of the organization. You know, Coach Powers is the reason for that, recruiting some fantastic guys here tonight. And this is the ultimate test right now. 4 minutes remaining. We'll see if they can pull it through or not. But, hey, the Tetons are not going to give them an easy win by any means. They're just as hungry to beat the #1 team in the nation. They beat Minot. They want to do it here again today.
Norris takes it over, far side, out to McAuliffe. He wants one more pass to Linsky. He's going to get it there. Paratalo on top of him, a backhander. That one slapped down by Amp. Preckle gets it at his own blue line. Now out of the zone. Not out of the zone. Turnover for Levos. Here's an opportunity for Wlliston State. Good positioning by Levos and recovering after that turnover as he put the body down on Logan Milliken.
Jared Levos using his body again, but he really is beneficial because he was a forward his whole life and was recently only a defenseman for 2 years. So he knows how to see the field. He knows how the forwards kind of play. He does a good job judging it.
I won't be surprised if that top line of ASU comes out for maybe the final 2 full minutes of this game, considering they were pretty much the only source of offense for ASU in the final period of regulation. Tipped back by Rivard. Great feed. Here comes Murphy. Oh, offsides on the far side. Caught off with Burkemper, so the whistle comes. A face-off just outside the blue line.
And you know, it really wouldn't surprise me if the first 2 lines for Arizona State or Wlliston State were out for the remaining 2 minutes of this game. Both coaches are hungry for this victory. They're going to go all out here.
Taken by the white and gold, but quickly back to Wlliston State. Here comes Barron's far side. That one knocked down by Levin. Defenseman Newmeyer meets into the boards. Good second hit by Murphy. Burkemper had a ton of speed. Blumgren never saw him. Coming up right along the benches. Had a second to get a pass off. 2-on-1 chance. Great move into the zone. Spoonmore on Levin as he dumps out and falling over him like a hurdle. 2 hurdles at that. Over the Tetons, you see the 5 skaters of ASU there to protect their freshman goaltender. Good job by Levin. Maybe one more pass by Spoonmore. Maybe unselfish. Good job getting the shot off. But the wide open net was exposed as Levin came out of the pipes on the left side of the screen.
And I gotta give Blomgren some credit there. Completely laid out on the ice. He was doing whatever it takes to make sure that puck did not go in the back of the net, showing some dedication there.
ASU's had some entertaining games as of late as well. Again, their next series, the Walter Cronkite Sports Network, will be back on the call November 25th on Monday night against Iowa State. Preckle into the zone, gives it off, trying to find Blessing as Preckle gets hit off the puck right after he passed it on a good hit laid out by Stark. That one hobbles over the red line and pushed in by Turcotte. Big hit by Preckle, slamming right where the glass meets the benches. Turcotte gets up, but pretty quickly, though, surprisingly, that was a great hit by Brett Preckle, and the physicality steps up right there. Stolen away by McAuliffe. He loses it, though, right back to Gutierrez as Wlliston State regroups and not just able to get it out of the zone. From one to the next, a backhander by Mull. That one deflects high, and, wow, somehow made it over the fence and just stuck in that little cubby hole below the scoreboard. Minute 30 remaining in the third. 2-2 hockey game.
It's right over there by Zach Holster. Maybe he can take home a souvenir puck now. Can be a fan for the night, take home a puck. But hey, I think the biggest hit now goes to Brett Preckle. I take back my award. I think he just won the best hit.
Now's the time for both teams to stay disciplined. You cannot have a possible penalty leak into overtime as that's what we're expected right now. So 2-minute minor is a team's worst enemy right now and the opponent's best friend. Dolinsky got one poke on it. Witchar's going to try again. Awkward blocker save from Levin. I don't think he was expecting that one quite so soon. Newmeyer and McAuliffe lose it to Gutierrez. Out from the zone. Here's Dolinsky. It's him and McAuliffe. Pass goes over to McAuliffe. Rolf on top of him. Good move to create some space as he trades spots with Dolinsky. Now trying to center himself up. Norris. So here's the Sun Devil top line, as I mentioned, coming out for that last 2 minutes of the period. Final minute to go in the third, but Norris is going to lose it. McAuliffe, though, good positioning as that was a very soft pass out of the zone, unable to depart off the stick of Henry Gutierrez. Back to the boards. ASU still on the forecheck. Dolinsky a shot. That one stayed low. Good save by Amp. The rebound comes out, held in by Blumgren. Goes over to the face-off circle, just missing the near post. Taking a high stick was Dolinsky. No call, though. I think Power is calling for him to get off as he knows he's injured. As Blumgren pushes him, Norris gets off the ice. A change for Arizona State. Their second line comes back out in the final 20 seconds.
Sean Murphy here looking for his second goal of the night. Taking it up now.
Bergkemper had a pass just behind him. Peritalo takes things over. Him and Zern stripped away by Bergkemper with a chance over to Rivard. Amp completely out of position. If that pass connected, could have been a hockey game. Rivard, one more chance, a wrist shot. That one missed the near post. Taken by Preckle, keeps it into the zone, and that'll do it for regulation. The best opportunity there in the final minutes was that missed pass that just hopped over the stick, got a little too much ice, and took a funky bounce. Amp is going to pray to the hockey gods after that one because he completely spiraled as he tried to slide himself over, lost his feet, and got in front. So we'll take a quick 2-minute break. We'll stay here, though, in the broadcast. 2-2 the score. Wlliston State showing how hungry and how much they want this game on the road. So recapping last week when they played against Minot State, the number 1 team in the ACHA. The weekend before they came to play the number 2 team in the ACHA. They sent it to overtime and they won it in a shootout. It was 3-2 in a shootout. So there are some very good goal scorers, some nifty moves. If you're scoring 3 goals against the against the Minot State goaltenders, pretty good. It was not with Selenchuk, though. It was their backup Hangen, but still almost equal stats for the junior from Minot State. This is going to be a phenomenal finish. We're going to have 1 more minute, then 5 minutes of Hockey Alley, looking into the final 5 until the shootout possibly. What's it going to take for ASU, or what's it going to take for Wlliston State?
You know they're going to have to keep applying shots, but the point I really want to make is both times Arizona State went into overtime, it was a Colin Heckel goal that won them the game. Colin Heckel is not dressed here tonight, so someone else is going to have to step up here. Will it be Sean Murphy, Danny McAuliffe, Kel Dolinsky? I don't know, but Wlliston State is just as hungry. You have Dario Torres looking for the goal, Darius Cole. A lot of guys on there as well. Who is going to step up because Captain Canada or Captain Overtime is not in the game today.
Very good stat. I think Austin actually called him Captain Clutch Canada. And I think I made a Canadian Crunch like Captain Crunch.
You really can't call him anything.
He's gotten probably the most nicknames I've ever seen for Arizona State hockey.
I like to see his reaction right now, actually.
But now, I guess Dolinsky has the Gatsby going with him, too, along with the Energizer Bunny. Great steal by Bergkemper. Criff beats positioning out in front of his own bench as Murphy chases it down, but not in time. 4-4 hockey for the next 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Murphy gathers it as he comes in the zone with Bergkemper, a shot up high. That one's blocked down by Amp. 2 freshman forwards out on the ice for ASU, a freshman defenseman and a senior defenseman. for Wlliston State. Obviously underclassmen since it's 2-year college, as Torres floats one on net. That one gloved down by Levin. He's going to hold. He tried to give it up late, but then obviously the whistle waited long enough for him, so that's going to be a face-off on his glove side. And a quick change for Wlliston State. A couple skaters out there now are going to be Milliken and Hunt. So 2 good offensive-minded forwards. Kuntz and Sonstabo, the player who took the lead, also out on the ice for Wlliston State. The Tetons, a wraparound chance. That one blocked by Levin. Good positioning, a broken stick too. So that was a $150 save by Drew Newmeyer as that one goes off the net too. Levin lost it. The rebound goes to the Tetons as they take it now on left side of the screen to the boards. They want to start the forecheck, but they can't as Blumgren able to strip it. Now McAuliffe. He skates in, puts a spinorama, but avoids the hip check from Sonstabo and loses possession. Zielinski almost got it back for him as this one goes back to the neutral zone. Preckle with it. Oh, Preckle got tripped. We'll see if there's no call on that one. Into the zone. Blumgren a shot missing the far post. Levin gave him some space, though. Just barely missing it. That was Michael Behrens on that shot.
Levin can pray to the hockey gods now. I think it's his turn to start praying. We'll see as the face-off takes over now.
He came out, but Behrens picked the one spot of the goal that he could have scored. Minot also up 4-3 with 5 minutes left against U of A. McGinty on the draw, losing that one. Oh, his teammate got it back, though. Behrens had the tip to the ASU defender. That one hobbles into the zone awkwardly. Amp plays it. Troy Scott putting pressure on. Now Preckle's going to try his luck far side. Takes a big hit. This turnover could be good for ASU, but Scott missed it as it went right between his stick and his skates. 2 Tetons on top of him. Nick Zern with that late hit jars it loose, gets it back now as an outlet pass through Behrens. He's going to avoid a hit. Great feed cross ice over to his teammate. That one blocked down by Preckle. He's going to glove it to himself. Peritalo in that corner, trying to bring it out. Preckle there, also McGinty. Peritalo with it. McGinty tried to clear. Peritalo had other words as that one scoots across center and is cleared by ASU's forward. Another broken stick, 2 in this overtime for the either side.
That's how hungry they all are right now, breaking sticks. Much different than the first period there, Nick, I'd say, out there on both sides.
McGinty tried to send that one deep. Levas, his shot was blocked, kept it low, hoping for a rebound. That's what he was intending for. Norris with it. Norris and Dolinsky, the line out for ASU. Wrist shot, that one held on by Amp as you see he puts his oven mitt between the legs to make sure that one doesn't wiggle its way out.
That would have been a little bit to either side. That could have been a little bit more dangerous there. Norris hit it right at Amp. Didn't have to work too hard.
So here's the offense on the ice right now for ASU. Norris, 6 goals this season, 21 points. Dolinsky, 11 goals this season. Tied for second on the team, 37 points. It's going to be 38 points with the 1 assist tonight. Dolinsky with it against the boards. Back out to Newmeyer. Now some room for Blumgren to work. Avoids it. This could create an odd man rush for Wlliston State. Great job by Blumgren getting back to avoid that. Now it's just going to be Newmeyer and one man. One by Norris. That one just thrown on. As Tetons almost finished the game right there. Another shot by Cole. That one held on. At number 11, Darius Cole, 7 points coming in. He has an assist, almost the game-winning goal 2 times in overtime.
Cole and Torres really are a power duo. You do not want to see them on the ice right now for the Sun Devils, let alone get those 2 on a breakaway. They've been working incredibly well together. You've seen that tonight. Arizona State's got to watch out.
Well, we'll see them in a shootout if it goes to it. Sun Devils take it off the face-off. Win. McAuliffe, far side in with Murphy. A bit of a change for ASU. McAuliffe almost wedged that one over the shoulder of Amp. That was his intention. Quick shot from Levas, but there were 6 legs in front, blocked by all of them off the toes of Amp. Taken by Murphy. Tries to get a quick no-look pass back to McAuliffe, as these two aren't used to playing on the same line together. Looking pretty strong right now. That one goes off the inner skate of Sean Murphy, but taken over by Jarrett Stark. Minute 5 remaining in the overtime period. Wlliston State wants to split the series with ASU. Both teams are getting a point for tonight, though. So worst case, ASU goes to 9-0-1. McAuliffe with a breakaway chance. Into the zone, he scores! Danny McAuliffe has 2 goals tonight. He is back in the Sun Devils win for their best start in program history.
Danny McAuliffe with 2 goals on the night. You couldn't have written a better script any other way. Captain handed it out. Danny McAuliffe, assistant captain, puts it right in the back of the net with none other than the very best line in the ACHA alongside Liam Norris and Cale Dolinsky. What an ending to this game. Danny McAuliffe on the breakaway, if anything else.
Oh my God, we might have lost our video feed too. If you missed that one, McAuliffe, a little shake and bake action into the zone, came in right through the slot, head fake to his right, went to the glove side of Amp, he bit for it, went down in the butterfly, back to the backhand of McAuliffe, and lifted that one about 6 inches. Now we got the video back in the net, as that one's going to be the game-winning goal in overtime for ASU. McAuliffe scoring the last 2 goals of the night on an unbelievable feed. That one coming with 48 seconds remaining in overtime. Colin Heckel did that once before over in Oklahoma. Now it's McAuliffe's turn. The seniors have stepped up in overtime. ASU improves to 19-0-0 on the season. Unfortunately for Wlliston State, they will fall to under 500, 3-4 on the year for them. What a finish to tonight's game. Both teams absolutely wanted this one. The Sun Devils got the break. One chance was all they needed in overtime. McAuliffe using his moves oh so efficiently and effective, and that was the difference.
And McAuliffe was smiling so big you could have seen it from a mile away. His senior year too, and he's the one that personally had the hand in the best start in franchise history. And you're going to see now an interview with Nick Lacowsey and Danny McAuliffe now down there.
Hey, I'm gonna preference this interview first by saying Nick was going to wait to see which Sun Devil forward he was going to get. He was looking for McAuliffe, Norris, and Dolinsky tonight. Didn't know what order he was going to go in. Mac gets a goal in the 3rd period and 1 in overtime. So let's go down to a dramatic interview with Nick Lacowsey and Danny McAuliffe.
Danny, your team's shorthanded, down a whole bunch of guys. You find yourselves down 2-1, trailing for the first time in quite some time. What's going through your mind?
Oh, I just hate those guys, and there's no way we're going to lose our undefeated streak on those clowns. So I'm glad we found a way, because that's tough to do without your captain, without big names in the lineup.
Take me through your 2 goals.
I don't know, it's just digging deep, and I'll give you a big kiss.
Thanks, Danny. Congrats. Coach, 19-0, best start in team history. How's it feel?
Feels good. You know, those are good games for us. You know, we all the credit goes to those guys over there. Wlliston played a hell of a hockey game. That's a good little team, and they gave us everything we could handle.
Were you nervous down 2-1?
No, and you know why? Because I have kids like Danny McAuliffe on the bench, and that's what Danny does. He's a winner. He steps up when you need him most, and he did it tonight.
What makes this team different than ones you've had in the past?
Just the experience. You know, these guys have been through everything. They've seen this a million times, and they've overcome it time after time, and they just did it again tonight, led by a great captain in Danny.
Thanks, Coach. Another milestone. Congratulations.
I'm not going to kiss you.
I was going to wait and leave it down there on the ice momentarily, see if Lacowsey would throw a kiss back at Coach Powers. But what a finish to the game. Danny McAuliffe, another senior. And how about that? One with a letter on the sweater, getting the game-winning goal. Little rhyme for the, I don't even know. I can't rhyme with rhyme. But either way, I'll stop right there before I embarrass myself. 3-2 victory for ASU in overtime. Minot State also an update there. They're still leading 4-3 down in Tucson. What a finish. And Danny McAuliffe, that's what makes him so good. He gets the turnover at the neutral zone, just about 2 feet to his side of the offensive line. And it was taken over by 2 Tetons, and then it was just him and the goaltender. Knew the move, and that was such a Danny McAuliffe move. I thought it was either going to be that one or the spinorama. He loves both. Went with the signature move. Allison, how much does this mean for Arizona State.
This means so much, especially for Danny McAuliffe being a senior to be the one having the hand in getting that goal. You know, he's going to be graduating this year. But big start for Coach Powers especially, really turned this program around. So him getting the best start in franchise history is huge for him, huge for the team, and huge going forward. And about that spinorama, I personally call it the dipsy doodle move. It's my personal word. So Danny McAuliffe certainly does love that.
Well, third overtime game for Arizona State. They won all three of them. That's why they don't have that extra loss in that third column. We say 19-0-0. It's not 18-0-1 or 17-0-2 or even 16-0-3. They were capitalized any time of the game, and when they need them to most, the seniors have stepped up. But looking at the Wlliston State team, before we throw it to our post-game report, you have to give him so much credit. Yep. Tyler Amp played an unbelievable series again. Seems like every goaltender that comes in to play Arizona State right here in Oceanside is just inspired, and like every single hockey god just goes on their side and they bring the best game forward. And it seems like all the coaches say the same thing. They're like, I don't know how they play. We saw it with Alex Palumbo of Colorado for 2 games last weekend. We saw the Delaware goalie do the same thing. Minot State with Selenchuk. He's expected to do greatness every time. And now Amp's going to go on that list as well. So, Allie, before we do it, let's talk a little about Wlliston State and what these games mean for them going forward, being a 2-year college, winning the NJCAA last year. That has to give them some momentum going into the second half of their season.
Absolutely, and win or lose against Arizona State, they still played extremely well against them. They're the #1 team in the nation. Be able to contend with them this well says a lot about the organization in its whole. Also, they're winning against Minot State. They know they're an incredibly good team, and they saw it out there tonight. Win or lose, it still went into overtime. They still dominated the majority of the game, so they can be happy about that. And about the goaltending, it's almost as if it's kind of like, here is your personal test. Arizona State's explosive. It's a test for every goaltender that's going to come here into Oceanside, and I think they all know that, and that might excite them a little bit, and they're like, it's my time to show off. I'm going to do really well here.
Well, they did a great job again tonight. I think part of that comes down to preseason. We talked to Coach Powers. He kind of mentioned and said, we asked him how the offense is going. He goes, you know what? It's kind of going bad, but then again, it's a compliment too, because he's saying, he followed it up by saying, our defense and goaltending has just been so good, we just can't find the back of the net. So having that constant practice and knowing to stay with it, that may be the difference of this year's team when it comes down to close games at the end, that they have that pull-away mentality to kind of say, we've been in this situation before. We're in there every day in practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or in our Friday morning pregame skates, and they're just ready for it all mentally. But ASU, their best start in program history, more than likely be so surprised they don't take off that #1 spot in the ACHA beginning next week, with Minot State losing last night to Arizona and also losing to ASU on Thursday night. But the Sun Devils improved 19-0. Wlliston State 3-4 on the season. McAuliffe can celebrate with 2 goals tonight and go enjoy a post-game celebration with his team. But then it's back to work as they get 2 weeks off. We will not be back either road or home until November 25th. Iowa State is in town, another very physical and talented team. Also, John Feeble, one to highlight there, going to be on Team USA roster. So now you kind of see when all these prestigious guys who the teammates are going to they're going to join forces in a couple of weeks. Actually, now is December 11th, right around the corner. But that'll do it for Allison Cummings, myself, and the broadcast. For our cameramen, Matt Seaman, Bailey Clark, producer Ryan Hess, technical producer Casey Fier, the intermission report of Allison Cummings, Josh Franz, and Brett Decker. Also joining me on color tonight in favor of Austin Controlis. And obviously have to give a big shout out to Nick Lukowski coming back for the full weekend of ASU hockey and joining us back in the broadcast booth. For Allison Cummings, I'm Nick Merrick. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for a juicy report after this.
I think my love of football just comes from the brotherhood that comes along with football, the competitiveness of it. It was a way to get away from reality, I guess, for me. I joined the military right out of high school. I was 18. Me and my best friend and one of my other teammates in high school, we all decided that we were going to join the Marine Corps together. My family has a tradition of military service, so I just felt like it was my time to serve. I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, California, Gulf Battery 211, and I was maybe there less than 6 months, and I had already been deployed to Fallujah, Iraq. My first deployment, we went in as infantry unit, and my second deployment, half of us did convoy security for EOD, which is the bomb squad, and the other half shot artillery. I think it did change me as a person. I mean, I think it changes everybody, you know. I matured as a man, and I learned a lot about myself and who I am, and it really made being able to play football and go to school that much more important. When we got back, I ended up playing at COD Junior College in Palm Springs, California. California. And I played there one season, and I got a call from Arizona State offering me a scholarship. It was probably one of the greatest moments of my life, you know. Just being able to get that scholarship was kind of gratification of all my hard work. Pat Tillman, Jeremy Stott, the military tradition here in Arizona State, you know, that's one big reason why I chose to come to ASU. It was just because of how embracing the community was towards veterans. Oh man, having a scholarship means everything. I mean, education is expensive, and not everybody gets to come to a big university like ASU. Just being able to come here and play football, get your school paid for something you love to do is amazing, you know.
How do we educate in a rapidly changing world?
How can we create a sustainable way of life?
How can we teach peace?
Arizona State University. Rise to the challenges before us.
When you support AID, you're doing more than supporting the programs you love. You're supporting possibilities. You're making sure there's a place for independent voices, ideas, and perspectives. You're opening children's minds, helping them discover who they are and what they can be. You're giving everyone the chance to find inspiration from the arts. And you're opening doors to the wonders of the world. To discover more, experience more, be more. Support possibilities. Support Arizona PBS. Thank you.
Gentlemen, it's time. You've worked very, very hard to get to this moment, and it is now time to show who we are. We are not Tucson. This is Tempe, Arizona. Sun Devils football, gentlemen. The Pac-12, brother. It's time for us to put it on the line and get out there and show them how to tailgate for Sun Devil football. Yeah! Go Devils! Woo! Woohoo!
Salute our troops with Sun Devil football. Tickets on sale now. Visit thesundevils.com.
Welcome into the post-game report, and what a game here at Oceanside Ice Arena. Arizona State winning in overtime against Wlliston State. I'm Allison Cummings alongside Josh Franz and Brett Deckert. So let's rewind to the very beginning first to start the broadcast out. In the beginning, Arizona State played a more lackadaisical style of game, and they really picked it up. So walk us through the game there, guys. What did you guys notice?
Well, we saw Wlliston State win that first period, and from then on, the Sun Devils seemed to be a more focused, more determined team. Wlliston State played hard all night long. ASU just able to execute a little bit more down the stretch.
Right, ASU and Wlliston State both played some really strong games out there. It was a tightly competed match. Wlliston State was really great at playing their game. They were fast, skilled, smooth with the puck, didn't make many mistakes, which is big, what you need to do against the #1 team in the nation. The Sun Devils didn't make too many mistakes either, but they were a little bit slow in their own defensive zone. They weren't able to keep up. They didn't win enough loose pucks. maintain possession as we normally see them do, and that let Wlliston State stay in the game up all the way through.
Right, and what did this mean to Arizona State's program? The best start in franchise history, 19-game winning streak. Danny McCullough put it right there on a breakaway in the back of the net, but what does this mean to the program and Coach Powers?
Absolutely nothing. Their goal is to win a national championship. They started hot last year, winning their first 18 in a row, but they didn't end up doing the ultimate thing, which was winning a national title. They want to win every game they play, obviously, but it's not going to matter big time until that national tournament comes along. So they're obviously proud of what they've done. They're happy they could get a win here tonight, but in the long run, it doesn't mean much of anything.
Yeah, right. You took the words from my mouth. I was going to say absolutely nothing. For the program, it's nice. It's nice to tout, hey, it's the best start in franchise history, get some recruits. But for Greg Powers and this team, they're not going to focus on that at all. Greg Powers doesn't care about the rankings, doesn't care about a game in the middle of the season. Sure, it's nice to get a win to keep moving forward, but a loss here wouldn't really do anything to him either. He knows his team, he knows their chances to go as far as they can. So this game in particular, 19-0, they're not really worried. All they're worried about is who they've got next.
Now let's talk a little bit about Wlliston State. They're a junior college. They played incredibly well, I think it's fair to say, against Arizona State. They beat Minot. So what does this series mean to them going forward?
I think it has to give them a lot of confidence. This weekend and last weekend, they played the two top teams in the ACHA, and they played them down to the minute each time, winning one game against Minot State. So give them credit. They're proud of themselves, but they wanted to come out of here with a win, so they got to be a little bit disappointed. Going forward, though, got to have some confidence.
Right, they came in here with that confidence, so if anything, I think now it's more disappointment because they don't need to be more reassured that, hey, we're this good. They know they're this good, and they know that they can hang with the top dogs. So coming in here, I think they're more disappointed than anything that, hey, this is a game that we really could have had. They played a tremendous game out there tonight, and it's tough for them to not pull away with the victory.
And now Arizona State does have a 2-week break before taking on Iowa State on a Monday and a Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So what do you think they need to work on, if anything, in practice these next 2 weeks?
Make sure you stay healthy, make sure the chemistry's right, keep the goaltenders in some kind of a rhythm, and come out ready to play in a couple weeks, because everything they're doing right now is stuff that they need to be doing when they start up games again.
Right, and going off 19-0, you might get a little complacent in the season, just waiting for that Nationals to come around. They still got almost half the season to play. Keep going. Just keep. You got a break. Take your time off. Stay healthy and recuperate, but stay focused. You've got a long season ahead of you. This isn't a time to become complacent. You want to keep that energy going, especially, and if anything, in practice, focus on some of that offensive touch. They've lost some of that scoring lately. Teams have figured them out on the defensive schemes, who they might try to look to reshape themselves, move up some lines, get some different things going on offense.
All right, well, you guys just witnessed the very best start in Arizona State program history. For Brett Stecker and Josh Franz, I'm Allison Cummings. Stay tuned in a couple weeks for the Iowa State game, and have a good night.